Well, hello there. 'Tis I. And I have just realised before setting this one up, whilst opening my dashboard to re-chat, I have noticed that I did in fact get the stream title of last stream completely wrong. I said, I'm a femboy anymore. That's not how the title was meant to go. But, well, it's too late now. It's a whole 24 hours in the past. Because I apparently don't stream anymore. Because every time I try and stream, I fall asleep. And then by the time I wake up, it's 1 AM. Which isn't helpful. I really need to fix my sleep schedule. And yet it's not fixed. Either way, I only have one option this time. And it's Mayuri. So let's get going. Start the scenario? You bet. You betcha. Alright, gotta think of a good Mayuri voice. Oh, Kareen, is that a good one? We'll go with that one either way. Eternal Polaris. Oh no, this was what, 0.5% divergence again? Oh my god. My room is full of fucking merch. Got Freddy Fazbear on my bed. We got Oopas fucking everywhere. Including this motherfucker. Oh my god, it's the froggies. A pig. It's what looks like a Mario 64 snowman. Just quickly. Just thought I'd quickly check the mailboxes to see what we've got. I've got a nice phone. Sorry, I just got a load of shit in my throat. Anyway. Last night I had a really happy dream for the first time in a long time. In my dream I went to Grandma's grave. Her memorial service is tomorrow, but my dream let me see her a day early. Think I can have another dream like that tonight, Blue Oopa? I roll Blue Oopa around in my palm as I ask. Round ears and short legs, a little twisted tail. Oopa's just so adorable. Just looking at him makes me feel so relaxed. He's every bit as adorable as all those other popular mascots. Down with Hikonya, Shimeji-san, and Kumamamon. You're the best, Oopa. But why did I even have that dream? Maybe it's just because I wanted to talk to Grandma about everything that's been going on lately. Mayushi used to tell Grandma everything, and she'd always listen to me and smile. Afterwards, she'd always let me eat some of her homemade dango. Grandma is Mayushi's very best friend. That doesn't change much because she's up in the sky now. It hasn't changed and it won't ever change. And you know what, Blue Oopa? In Mayushi's dream last night, Ocarine came along too. It really was an amazing dream, as amazing as Menkoro from Kichinjiro. In the dream, Mayushi said goodbye to Mom and the others and went to Grandma's grave alone after the memorial service. But then Ocarine appeared too. It surprised me, but it also made me really happy. It feels like we haven't been talking a lot lately, so I was feeling a little lonely. I must have been thinking about how I wanted to see Ocarine too. Oh right! Before I forget, I need to write it down in my diary. I kinda forget these things if I don't. After putting Blue Oopa back in his usual spot, I opened my diary on my desk. I try to write only good memories in my diary. That way, when I feel sad or lonely, I can open my diary and read about happy things. That makes me feel a little better. But I don't make myself write every day. Sometimes Mayushi only writes once a week, or even once a month. But when I have good dreams, I try to write them down. These days, I keep having scary nightmares, so I haven't written about dreams in a long time. In my dream, I went to Grandma's grave a little early, and then all of a sudden, Ocarine was there too. I write down my memory of my dream in my diary. Mayushi didn't tell Ocarine about visiting Grandma, so I was a little surprised. Wow, I said. How did you know I was there? Then Ocarine said something like, I always know where my hostage is. It made me kind of... No, it made me really happy. Ocarina and I talked and talked like we hadn't done in a while. Afterwards, we ate dango together too, just like we always used to. They tasted really nostalgic. Dango always reminds me of Grandma, so the flavour was a little sad, but they were delicious and brought back happy memories. There, I really hope this comes true. Until I started high school, Ocarina always came to visit Grandma's grave with me. I remember those visits. The dango we ate in the dream were the ones Ocarina and I always ate together. They tasted exactly the same and were super delicious. The flavour reminded me of the ones Grandma used to make. I can't forget to eat some after Grandma's memorial service tomorrow. Ocarina's so strange. He's always there to cheer me up when I'm feeling down, and he's been showing up in Mayushi's dreams a lot lately. These days, whenever I have a nightmare, Ocarina shows up in a dream to try and help me. But whenever Ocarina appears, he looks like he's in a lot of pain. It makes me sad. Ocarina's always looked after Mayushi, but now he's always doing it, even in my dreams. Is that okay? Does it mean that I rely on Ocarina too much? Ocarina's just too kind. He may be a super shy tsundere and have a bad case of Chinibyo, but Ocarina's actually very, very kind. If you spend a lot of time with him, you can tell. When Grandma died and Mayushi couldn't even talk because of the shock, Ocarina always looked out for and supported me. Just being around him feels really relaxing and comforting. I always wish that Ocarina would be there beside me forever. In my dreams, Ocarina tells me to stay the same and not to change at all, but I think Ocarina would say that in real life too. But I guess I can't really do that, can I? I sigh, poking at the heads of my Upas. Mayushi doesn't want to be a burden to Ocarina. Lately it seems like Ocarina's a big problem that he's been keeping to himself. And I think the cause probably has something to do with me. Because sometimes Ocarina will stare at my face for a while. He'll look reassured for a second, but then his face darkens with pain. Whenever I see Ocarina do that, my chest hurts and makes it hard to breathe. Ocarina's so kind that sometimes I feel really bad and want to apologize. I know that I'm a really heavy burden to Ocarina, but I don't know why. It just makes me sad that I can't do anything. I've tried to ask him the reason, but when I did, it seemed like he didn't want me asking, so I decided against it. Hey, Grandma? I closed my eyes and put my ear to Pockety, a keepsake pocket watch from Grandma. The ticking of the watch is like Grandma's heartbeat. Doing this makes me feel so calm. It makes me feel like Grandma's always right there, ready to listen to me. I guess Mayushi can't stay Ocarina's hostage forever, huh? One day, I need to grow up. I've always known that, really. But... At the end of my diary entry, I write down, graduate from hostagehood in small letters. But when I see those words, I start to get really scared. I quickly erase them. A way to graduate from being Ocarina's hostage? Well, I've thought of one way. But if possible, I'd rather do anything else. I need to look for a better way. There has to be something I can do. I look up to the night sky from the open window. I look for the same star I always do. I found it right away. Because that star is always in the same spot. Polaris. A star that shines brightly in the northern skies. When I look up at Polaris, always twinkling in the same place, I start to relax. I wish Mayushi could be just like it, and never have to change. Today is a very important day. Grandma's memorial service is being held. Since the ceremony is in the evening, Mayushi stopped by Komimo with Kaide-chan and Fubuki-chan bright and early in the morning. Kaide-chan, Fubuki-chan and I are part of something like a cosplay club. Making costumes is Mayushi's speciality. The other girls just wear them. This year, Komimo is just as busy and intense as ever. If anything, Kaide-chan and Fubuki-chan's cosplay is even more popular than last year. They're surrounded by semi-photographers. Seeing the two of them wearing Mayushi's handmade cosplays and surrounded by photographers with their shutters clicking non-stop made me proud to have worked so hard. and I can't get my mind off Ocarine. It was hard to stay focused on Komima. So I left earlier than I expected to and headed to the station, pulling my cart full of merchandise along with me. In my other hand was a bouquet of lilies I just bought at the florist. They're for Grandma's memorial service. They're so pretty! They smell so nice. I wonder if Grandma will like them. When I visit her grave by myself, I only take one flower, but I upgrade to a bouquet for ceremonies. Flowers are surprisingly expensive, and even between my allowance and pay, I don't have enough money to buy nice flowers. I can only do this because Mum and Dad are my sponsors. When I'm an adult and start making real money, Mayushi wants to bring Grandma a bouquet of flowers that takes both hands to carry. I want to do that someday. Why are flowers so expensive? I've got mail though, from Kaide. Oh my god, this lady's essaying. What? Hey, we can't allow that. No sexual assault in the cosplay square. Oh my god. That she essayed and a half. Calm down. And then there's this one. Oh, there's one. That doesn't, I mean, okay. Yeah, Mayushi thinks about food. We definitely send the food text. Someday. Once I graduate high school, then graduate Univert. You're going to Univert? Like, I'm sorry, Mayuri. No offense. But I really don't think you can. I really don't think university's for you. I'm sorry to say it, but I know. I really don't feel like university's for you. Honestly, I'd peg you as either a clothes designer or just a housewife. Honestly, like you should either do professional clothes design, like work for a clothes company, which honestly you probably don't need to go to university to get a degree in fashion. Like, you know, one of my maths teachers got a degree in fashion, and she said it was absolutely useless. So honestly, like, you might as well just do an apprenticeship in fashion. That would be my advice. Do an apprenticeship in fashion. I try thinking about what comes next. I see a businessman dressed in a suit hurrying into a building and try to imagine myself wearing a suit like that. I don't think I'd look very good on me. An adult me. I can't even imagine that yet. Well, I can. We've seen it in Zero. At school, they gave us career path guidance forms, but none of it feels real to me. What kind of adult will Mayushi become? What kind of job will I have? Will I be an office worker? I already think fashion designer. Will I even be good at my job? What will the other lab members be doing by then? What's going to happen to the lab? Mayushi wants to be friends with everyone forever. I'm sure it'd be impossible to spend every day together like we do now. But I hope that even when I'm an adult, the lab members can get together and have another of Okuin's whatever table meetings. Ferris is calling me. Tuturu! Mayushi here! Ferris is having an emergency. We gotta save her. Ferris-chan, what's wrong? Are things extra busy at the cafe? God damn it, me! Also, why is your name like spelt like the Nintendo Mii's? That sounds tough, but that actually works for Mayushi. I came back from Komima early today. Should I head over? You know, for double the pay. Of course, Nyan! I'm sure we've got a lot of customers visiting Tokyo for Koima, so I really shouldn't have asked for the day off. I'm happy to help. Damn, I really did leave Koima early if I'm leaving at lunchtime. Okay, I'm gonna take the Super Express train back. I'll be there in about 30 minutes. No sweat, no sweat. Right now, maybe being too busy to even think is for the best. Otherwise I won't be able to stop thinking about Ocarine. I pretend to roll up my sleeves to get myself pumped up, then pulling my cart along with me, I make a run for the station. Oh, I've got mail. From Kaide. Alright, I'll try this food at some point. I hurry back to Akiba and to Meikuin. Wow, look at this line. Yeah, this line that is totally in the art we've got. I couldn't even see the end of the line starting at the entrance of Meikuin. I can feel an intense passion radiating from all the customers, or rather masters. If they're this passionate, I need to be too. I enter the cafe from the rear entrance. Once I change into my uniform, I put on a big smile and skip out into the hall. Ta-ta-da! Thank you for waiting, Nyan. Mayushi Nyanya here. With tears in her eyes, Ferris-chan leaps into my arms to hug me. She reminds me of a real purring cat jumping into my lap. Compared to the air-conditioned cafe, Ferris-chan's body is warm and soft. It feels nice. But when she hugs me, I feel like the masters are watching us very closely. Or am I imagining things? Some of them are yelling stuff like, "It's too much!" It's all too much for me to take. Love that's shining all around me. Sorry. But Mayushi's not too much at all. Of course, always here to help. Swan sister? Oh, like the swears from It's Just As Maria Says, yeah? So does that mean Ferris-chan is Mayushi's older sister, yeah? My ribbon's crooked. Mimicking a famous scene from It's Just As Maria Says, Ferris-chan fixes the ribbon on my maid outfit. As she tied my ribbon, Ferris-chan stares at me from below. Ferris-chan's large eyes sparkle with light. It makes me feel as if she really can read me, and I can't help but look away. Ferris-chan's so smart and has really good intuition, so... Uh-oh. She really is sharp. No. It's nothing, Yan. Yeah. She gives me another big hug. I really don't stand a chance against Ferris-chan. Thanks. I've never thought this before, but this is all voice acted in Japanese. And I imagine they've kept the same voice actors. I haven't noticed a difference for sure. They've got a lot of lines to it, not variations, it's pretty impressive. I also didn't read this properly. Focus on serving. Suck it up. You can suck my energy from me. Some of the masters raise their fists and holler. Great. Right, I'll do my best, yeah? Why are all the men here pervert? I can imagine why all the men here are perverts. As if propped up by Ferris-chan's top-class smile, my strange smile becomes a real one too. Ferris-chan is always so powerful and bright. She gives energy to everyone around her. If someone's feeling down, she notices right away and pulls them into her own world to give them strength. I hope Mayushi can be like Ferris-chan one day. I am a lifesaver, aren't I? Oh, is lunchtime already over? Surprised by Ferris-chan's words, I look at the clock. It's already past 1:30 PM. Last call for lunch orders is already over. Most days it felt like time ticked by so slowly, but this lunchtime went by like a whirlwind. Things were so busy it felt like my head was spinning. In fact, I think it might have been. I was so busy that I lost track of what I'd been doing halfway through. My mind started to wander as I drew an endless series of pictures and messages on the master's omelettes. If someone handed me a bottle of ketchup right now, I think I'd automatically start drawing something. I'm in work mode. Okay, thanks. Sorry for choosing such a busy day to take off. We get extra pay? Am I getting some of that for coming in, even though it is my day off? That's good. I am. Thank you, Ferris-chan. Deal with the root of the problem? I gotta kill Okabe. He's the problem. He won't tell me shit. Legit? He's not gonna tell me anything. I guess I'm just thinking about the ifs and maybes right now. I see. Okay, thanks. She has a point. I've been talking less and less with Ocarine lately. Maybe Ferris-chan is right. Maybe I should have a good long talk with Ocarine soon. I felt like I'd begun to see part of the solution to this problem. After getting changed in the changing room, I decided to leave my stuff at the lab before going to the memorial ceremony. I thought it might be nice if I could see Ocarine while I was there too. Could Ocarine be at the lab right now? I hope I'll be able to see him. I know that having a serious conversation with Ocarine is important, but I noticed myself trying to talk around it. No, that's not right. I don't hope I can see him. I need to see him. What? Alright, not hope, I need, alright. Just like Ferris-chan said, I need to have a talk with Ocarine. I make up my mind and stop to take out my cell phone. Instead of relying on coincidence, I need to make sure we get some time to talk. I just need to put my thoughts into action. I try calling Ocarine. I'm really nervous for some reason. Why has Mayushi become such a heavy burden on Ocarine? I want to know, but I'm also scared to ask. He doesn't pick up. I'm disappointed, but also relieved. I should send him a message instead. Damn ready does Okabe have his phone off, honestly. Damn! Telling someone about your uneasiness is a really scary thing. My thumbs tremble as they touch the keypad. Damn. I don't like these kind of messages. They annoy me. It's like, if you think I don't know, it just annoys me. It's like, am I a burden? It's just like, well, why would I say yes either way? Like, it's just annoying. I don't know. They're just these sort of messages annoy me. I finish typing the final letter, then deeply sigh. My finger hovers above the send button, but I just can't make myself press it. If I don't know what's making Ocarine sad, there's nothing that Mayushi can do for him. I gather up my courage and finally press the send button. I sent it. But will Ocarine reply? I want him to, at the same time I don't. It's really complicated. But it's better than leaving the problem as it is without making any effort. I put away my cell phone, raise my head, look straight ahead and begin to walk. I feel a little better now that I have sent the message. I didn't get any reply from Ocarine on my way to the lab. Maybe he hasn't read my message yet. Ocarina isn't the type to check his phone that often anyway. Isn't he? I mean, in the games that I've done, he's always on his phone. I wonder what Ocarina's up to right now. Ocarina wasn't at the lab, but Daruken was. He's curled up on the sofa with a mountain of thin books, paging through one and breathing heavily. Oh, it's you, Daruken! Toot-toot-oo! I thought you'd still be at Komima. You're back already? Wow, Daruken. The Jidotaka really has something else. Alright, let's see. Do I have to? Daruken and Mayushi have very different tastes. I might want to read Koku Yui's Dojinshi. But you're more into the extra saucy ones, right? Anyway, Daruken, where are Ocarina and Christian? Have they come to the lab today? Oh, okay. Not really, it's nothing urgent. Damn, shipping already. Probably. To be honest, Mayushi sometimes thinks that they really might be together, so I give Daruken a nod of agreement. Do you think so? Thanks, Daruken. Oh, don't worry about it. It sure is toasty today though, huh? Komima was so hot and sticky that I got all sweaty. Daru, for fuck's sake. What? Didn't I say sweaty? No. Huh? It's so hot, I'm totally wet? Jesus fuck. You shouldn't, remember that I'm still a child, Daru. This is really, I never thought about that. He gets me to do this. I'm only 16. He's 18 or 19 or whatever the fuck. He's an adult and I'm a child. I never realized how actually wrong this is. Daru, man. For fuck's sake. I never thought about that. I forgot Mayuri was only 16. Jesus wept. Daruken seems very excited for some reason, and I don't even know I'm ignorant as well. This makes it even worse. I'm not even consenting, because I don't get it. Well, Mayushi's going then. Yep, I just came to drop off my stuff. The memorial is today. No, don't. This is wrong on so many more new levels. Why? Was it something perverted? Fuck, I'm aware. He can't do it anymore. Ocarina told me whenever you try and make me say something perverted, I'm supposed to say, I can't guarantee the safety of your waifus. Yes, Okabe, burn them all! Burn them all! Who knows? Not Mayushi. What? No, that's so much worse. It's not worse or better. It's just still bad. Stop it. Yeah, I think you might be missing the point. I agree with Mayuri myself. Yeah. With a laugh, I start to make my way under the lab, but then I freeze in my tracks. Oh, by the way, Daruken. Can I ask you for a favor? I should make some preparations just in case I need to act on that plan. Yeah, if it ever came down to it, could I ask you to support me? That's right. And could you not tell anyone else about this? Yeah. No, I would never be up to something. Well, the reason is, I'd really appreciate it if you didn't ask. It's something really important though. Oh god, what am I doing? Thank you, Daruken. Oh no, no! Although at least if he records it, then there's evidence we can use against him in court. Oh come on, Daruken. Nothing perverted allowed. I guess I do need to thank you though. If you wanted me to record something non-perverted, that would be fine. Hang on, was that a mistype? There's really need to thank me. That was meant to say no need, but they fucked it up. 10 out of 10. You're being so nice. It warms Mayushi's heart. Lab mems really are the best, huh? Next time Mayushi will give Daruken my juicy chicken #1. Sure, why not? Oh my god. Daruken starts to mumble to himself. Well, see you later, Daruken. Why, like, everything with him just circles back to sex. I didn't see Ocarine, but now I have a little relief if worst comes to worst. I really hope that something that bad doesn't happen, but if it does... I've got mail. From Mom. Of course I'm not going to forget. Oh fuck, I missed like messages. Just as I reached the station I got a message. It's from Mom. Oh, what a worrywart. Mayushi would never forget. Yeah, of course I'm not forgetting. I've been like talking about flowers all fucking day. I made sure to buy a very nice bouquet on the way back from Komima. A big white bouquet of lilies, the ones Grandma loved so much. Huh? I look at my right hand, and then my left hand, and then inside my bag. It's gone. Huh? I tilt my head and think for a while. Oh no, what should I do? I must have forgotten Grandma's flowers somewhere. Where did I drop them? They're so important. If they're anywhere, they're probably at the lab or May Queen. First, I call Daruken. Hey, Daruken! I wanted to ask you if Mayushi left a bouquet of flowers behind just now. So the bouquet was already gone by then. I think I misplaced them somewhere. Ooh, I guess Mom knows Mayushi very well then. I dropped my shoulders and let out a small groan. Oh, I need to find it. If it's not at the lab, I think it's probably in May Queen. Unless she left it on the train. No, I should be okay. Okay, talk to you later. Janai. Well then, I guess I should contact Ferris-chan. There we go. Maybe I should head back to May Queen. I started to move in that direction, but less than a minute later, Ferris-chan called me. Hello, Mayushi here.
We did it! We did it! We did it! Yay! Oishima! We did it!
What did we do? What successes have we made? And also, where's Jimmy? I mean, I imagine he's sleeping, because I've sent him a message and he's not responded yet, because I wanted to go to the cinema to him today, and I'm hoping that he replies before it's too late to go. But what do we do? Why are we cheering? Why are we celebrating? Alright, at least the flowers are at Ray Queen and not on the train. Really? Thanks so much, Ferris-chan. It's a very important bouquet. You saved me. What's happening in my life? Oh, literally nothing. For what happened after stream, I would have, I had lunch. What did I have for lunch? I had a regular lunch. Then I watched some movies.
Congratulations. You're a failure.
I am a failure indeed. I watched, what did I watch? I watched Epic Movie, which it was alright. And then I kind of fell asleep, and then I woke up at 1 in the morning again. Classic 1 in the morning wake up. And what did I do? I watched something, but I can't remember what it was. Oh no, I didn't. I made my dinner. I made dinner at 1 in the morning because I'm amazing. Yeah, I made dinner at 1 in the morning and I had Toad in the Hole. And then I watched a cyclothon and now I'm streaming. But you seem so busy today that I didn't want to bother you. Okay then, I'll stop by and pick it up. You're playing Assassin's Creed. Oh, I don't know. I've never played Assassin's Creed, but my dad loves it. We bought my dad a bunch of Assassin's Creed. So I do have loads of Assassin's Creed games that I could play. However, I've never actually... Isn't there like a thing of like looking at people from the tower? I know like a few Assassin's Creed references. Like you climb to like the top of the bell tower and you can see everything. That's like the thing that I seem to remember. Mainly because there was a reference to it in SAO Abridged. What a relief. I managed to find Grandma's flowers after all. A happy moment was interrupted by my growling stomach. Come to think of it, I've been so busy today that I forgot to eat lunch. Once I realise I'm hungry, my stomach starts growling until I can't bear it anymore. Hunger is a big problem for Mayushi. I hop into a nearby convenience store. After buying some food, I return to my path. So yummy. I pop a Takenoko village cookie into my mouth and it fills with the wonderful sweet taste of happiness. What I really wanted was some Chowdown chicken, but there's no Lonso stores around Akihabara Station. Now that I've found Grandma's flowers and my stomach is happy, I can finally take a good look at my surroundings. The main street, Chirodori, is always busy, but it's especially busy today. A lot of people look like they came from Komima. They've all got big Moe character-covered shopping bags in hand, and satisfied looks on their faces, like victorious warriors returning from battle. They must have really enjoyed Komima, just watching them makes Mayushi happy too. If Ocarine were here, he'd say something like, "Look, the people are like garbage!" and laugh like, "Mwahahahaha!" He still hasn't gotten back to me. Mother is calling. Hello, Mom? Yes, I do. Of course I do. I definitely didn't leave them at May Queen. It's fine. I just forgot something, so I need to go back and pick it up. Off I go to get it now. Of course. Well, you can head over without me, Mom. Mayushi will meet you there. Maybe 15-ish minutes? Wow, my mother knows me too well. I won't. See you. Oh, someone's yelling my name. Thinking someone might have called my name, I stop in place. Although Yuri is Yuri's a normal name, so I wonder why my name is Mayuri, because a lot of people are called Yuri. I don't know many Japanese people called Mayuri. I look all around me, but there are too many people here, so I can't tell who it was. Was I imagining things? Could have been someone calling Yuri anyway. Someone called Yuri. I clear my head and start walking again. Okay, that's definitely my name, and Kurusu's voice. This time I heard it clearly. I'm not imagining things. Chris-chan's voice. I get on my toes and squint my eyes in the direction of her voice. I wonder if everything's okay with her. Her voice sounds really desperate right now. When I finally spotted Chris-chan's brown hair in the crowd, I called out to her. Chris-chan! Over here! I wave my arms at Chris-chan for a second. She looks as if she's about to start crying, then begins to wave back to me. I do my best to weave through the crowd towards her. For some reason, she's just standing there, dazed. Whoa! This is one of the images in the intro. Chris-chan, I'm sorry, I didn't notice you over the crowd. Huh? You okay, buddy? You good? Chris-chan? Chris-chan's body was shaking. She was acting nothing like the cool and collected Chris-chan I know. Something must have happened. I take her hand and look her in the eye. Chris-chan, are you okay? Did something happen? Well, it's evidently something. You're acting really weird. She seemed dazed for a little while, but she managed to collect herself and go back to her usual self. But something was wrong. She's acting so odd. What should I say to her? While I was thinking, Chris-chan squeezed my hand right back and replied. I feel like she's time-leaped. Her grip is alarmingly firm, but her cold fingertips are still shaky. Chris-chan, Mayushi's always great, nice and energetic. Could this possibly be? Because obviously we know that she time leaped after I died drowned in the van. We know she time leaped then to go talk to Okabe. Could this possibly be that time leap that she's just done? And she's gonna be off to find Okabe later. But this is the world I'm currently in. It's possible. I'm worried about you, Chris-chan. Mayushi's always here to listen, okay? So you never have to hold back with me. Well, you can get used to it with me, right? I want to make Chris-chan feel better somehow. Like how Ferris-chan helped me feel better. I try to think of a good way. I think hard. Before I know it, I popped a tiny Takenoko village cookie into Chris-chan's mouth. I mean, I'd be pretty happy if someone popped chocolate in my mouth. Well, it's a chance to help you feel better. Not really. I just made that up. But I think that eating yummy food helps you feel better. Do you feel a little better now? Do you want another one? Mayushi eats another one too, and then I smile and hand another one to Chris-chan. Chris-chan might say that charms and stuff like that are unscientific and refuse to believe in them. But I think that eating yummy food is very effective. I mean, yeah, scientifically, eating food, tasty food, will release, happy chemicals into your system. It has a positive chemical reaction in your brain, so yeah, that would make you feel better. I know, it's just nice tasting food will make you feel better. It's just how that works. Mayushi doesn't know anything about the placenta effect, but if they work, I'm happy. No worries. It's nice to see Chris-chan acting more normal again. Oh, here I am. I'm doing something with my mum. Without looking directly at me, Christian smiles. But her smile seems so strained that I feel like I can't leave her alone. So as Christian tried to disappear into the crowd, I grabbed hold of her sleeve. Well, Christian, why don't you come with me? I am, but I need to stop by the cafe first. Christian, do you like maid cafes? The Nyan Nyan parfaits at the cafe where Mayushi works are amazing. I'm sure reading one would get you back to full power. What are you on about? Exactly. So why don't you come with me? It'll be Mayushi's treat. Gotta make Kurisu feel better. Yay! Then let's go, Mistress Kurisu. Allow me to guide you, nya. I firmly took Chris-chan's arm in mine and began walking her towards May Queen. I'm sure Ferris-chan will cheer her up. She managed to cheer up Mayushi after all. With this belief in my heart, I went back to the shop and introduced Chris-chan to Ferris-chan. To be honest, Mayushi wanted to eat the Nyan Nyan parfait with him too, but I was already running late and didn't want to make my mom wait any longer. I secretly asked the manager if I could use my paycheck to cover for Chris-chan's parfait on my way out. I hope Ferris-chan and Chris-chan get along. Mayuri, for fuck's sake. You were saying earlier how you're short on money, you can't... like... you can't be that charitable. I mean, it's nice, but come on man, we're poor already. With Grandma's flowers in Mayushi's hand, this time, I met up with Mum and we made our way to the temple. At the temple, we held Grandma's ceremony with some of our other relatives. Afterwards, Mayushi said bye to everyone and walked to Grandma's grave alone. It had been a while since I had a nice long talk with her. The cemetery is silent. Nobody was around, or nobody was supposed to be. Huh? In front of Grandma's grave was someone wearing a familiar lab coat. Ocarine! Sitting with his elbows on his lap and with his hands folded in front of his face, Ocarine seemed to be thinking, but he just raised his face after Mayushi called out to him. I mean, I feel like in almost all of these storylines, he's like going through his depression phase. Well, I mean, I don't know. He's going through like his like giving up kind of phase. Like he's tried to save Mayuri like 1,000 times, and he's like on try 1,020. I feel like that's what we've had in most of these stories. The moment I saw Okarine's troubled-looking eyes, my happy feelings of seeing him start to shrink away. Ocarine, what are you doing here? But Mayushi didn't tell Ocarine about coming here, right? Whoa, like the dream I had. This is just like my dream. But when he said that, Ocarine looked so pained, so much more than in my dream. And seeing that makes my heart hurt too. It's absolutely silent around us. The silence is so scary and uncomfortable, I have to say something. I'm really surprised. I had a dream that Ocarine would find Mayushi at Grandma's grave, and this feels just like that. Borderline convergence. This morning I was thinking about how nice it would be if the dream came true, but... Listening to Mayushi's words, Ocarine smiled. It was a weak, bitter smile. Of course the dream came true. It's as if he knew this would all happen. But, Ocarine, you look so sad. Maybe I shouldn't have wanted the dream to come true after all. But, to Ocarine, Mayushi is such... Ocarine said the words before I could. Ocarine? How? How did you know what I was going to say? The synchro rate is too high for this to be just a dream come true. It's as if some kind of movie and he's memorized all the lines. Stop chinibioing it! I walk up to Ocarine and crouch in front of him. I put the bouquet in his lap and make myself level with his sitting height. Then I put my hands on Ocarine's hands and gaze into his eyes. Ocarine, there's something wrong with you lately, isn't there? Such a baseline. With a sulky expression, Ocarine averts his gaze from mine. Such an emo line, she's like, there's always been something wrong with me. I came out of the womb with stuff wrong with me. He still gets stubborn the same way he did when we were kids. That's true, but there's definitely something wrong. But there is really something wrong. Yeah, if I wait, I'll be fucking dead. With Ocarine looking even more desperate than in the dream, I can't say another word. I don't want to hurt him anymore. I don't know the reason, but I still think Ocarine's hurting a lot because of Mayushi. Okay, I get it, Ocarine. I'm sorry that I'm always relying on you, Ocarine. That's not true. I was going to say that, but I thought it would hurt Ocarine even more, so I tried to find something else to say. Hey, Ocarine, why don't we go eat some dango like we always used to? Mayushi's getting hungry. Eating yummy things will make you feel better, okay? I do love my food. Ocarine's expression softened. It's not just Mayushi. All of humankind loves food. I puff up my cheeks in protest. What? No way! I don't think so. Mayushi's normal. What? Do you really think so? Okay, I'm always fine with a punishment like that. Seemingly acting more like his normal self, Ocarine stands up. But before that, I lay Grandma's flowers in front of her grave, put my hands together and close my eyes. I could feel Ocarine's presence beside me. It's absolutely silent. There are a lot of things I wanted to say to Grandma, but now there was only one. Grandma, please, please help me lessen the load on Ocarine by even a little bit. Please, give me the strength to do that. After praying, I slowly opened my eyes and looked for Polaris, as I always do. I found it right away, despite the fact that you can't see the stars right now. I stared at it, praying once more inside my heart. Then, as to answer my prayer, Polaris twinkled softly back at me. Last night, Ocarine sentenced me to punishment by dango. The tiny dumplings were charcoal grilled just like they used to be. They were gently toasted and the red bean paste wasn't overly sweet. They were really yummy. Ocarine and I ate herby kusa dango and saucy mitarishi dango until we were full. It had been so long since we did that last. We started talking about back when I visited Grandma's grave every day, and that naturally got us talking about the past. Like back when Ocarine wanted to be like a fire-wielding character he liked, and he got obsessed with fingerless gloves. And back when Mayushi first began making cosplays. We talked lots and lots about normal everyday things. We talked like we used to back when Ocarine and I were the only two lab members. Maybe it's because I've been so busy lately, but yesterday was the first time in a while when time passed slowly. There. I'd wanted to write in my diary last night before sleeping, but after getting home and taking a shower, I was so tired that I fell asleep right away. I didn't even have any nightmares. It's been a long time since I slept soundly. But when I woke up, to my surprise, it was already late afternoon. Mum laughed at me for sleeping so late. Does that mean I missed a load of komima? After eating a very late breakfast in place of a snack, I decided to write about yesterday's dango punishment in my diary before I forgot. That's everything. I closed my diary after finishing the entry. Feeling like I've done my work for the day, I stretch myself out. Alright, before I forget, I'll send Ocarina a thank you message for yesterday. I take out my cell phone out of my bag. Oh no, I forgot to recharge it. When I plug my cell phone into the charger, I receive a flood of messages. Huh? What? Oh, dude, something happened with Kurisu. There are also lots of missed calls from Ferris-chan. I wonder what's wrong. Did something happen with Ferris-chan and Chris-chan? Wait, didn't Ferris say to call the right way? Why would I call Chris first? The call won't go through. A bad feeling starts to come over me. Yeah, Ferris. So Ferris actually said call her right away. So yeah, sorry. I had I had a good night's sleep. Sorry, I'm so late getting back to you, Ferris-chan. I didn't notice that my cell phone died. What happened? Did something happen with Chris-chan? What did you do? Huh? What happened? Oh, dad problems. She was worried about her dad? Oof. What kind of weird stuff? What? What's she planning to fucking... I'm really trying to think of what time... Is this the one where... Alright, maybe this is the world line where Okabe and Kurisu were discussing the options and they landed on we're going to sacrifice Kurisu for Mayuri. Maybe that's where we are right now. Because I do remember Okabe visiting the grave around that time, sort of thing. Maybe that's the world line we're in. Chris-chan said that? There's no way she'd say something like that without any reason. And she said, you'll all forget that I was here soon anyway. Who does she mean by you all? Does that mean people other than Ferris-chan are going to forget about Chris-chan's existence? And lots of people might forget about meeting someone after a long time, but why does she say soon? Does this mean that everyone's going to forget that Chris-chan existed? Does it mean that I'll never be able to see her again? That can't be true. I must be overthinking this. I shake my head to erase the terrible idea from my mind. But the bad feeling inside me just kept growing. Unless maybe she's experiencing... Unless maybe she's experiencing the same thing that happened to Okabe in the film. You know, in the film where Okabe kept disappearing. Maybe that's happening to her. She's entering the world line next to Steins Gate. I can't remember what that world line was called. I watched the film the least of the shows, so... Chris-chan. I sensed something a little off, but I didn't realize that Chris-chan was so upset. If I'd noticed, I would have gone straight to Chris-chan after the service yesterday. At the very least, if I hadn't let my cell phone die, I would have noticed Chris-chan's texts and Ferris-chan's calls earlier. I can't believe I ignored them to eat dango with Ocarina instead. I mean, it was a good experience, though. I mean, I'm sorry, Ferris-chan. No way. Chris-chan sent me a message asking me to let you know she's sorry. You didn't do anything I might not be able to get in touch with her right now, but Mayushi will do something to contact Christian.
そうしてもらえると助かるにゃ。セイリスにも何か手伝えることあるにゃ。
Oh my god.
ううん。
No, I don't think it's a good idea to make a big fuss. I'll try looking for her on my own first. If all else fails, I might need to ask you though, Ferris-chan.
わかったにゃ。それじゃあいつでも
God.
ありがとう。
Thanks, Ferris-chan. Why does she have, like, spy clothes?
クーニャンのことは放っておけないのにゃ。他人事っていつもフェリスちゃん
Does it have something to do with one of your past lives, like you always say?
っていうのだ。そうにゃ。ご縁は大事にしなきゃダメだってパパもいつも言ってたし。ありがとう。
Thanks. Okay, I'll be sure to let you know if anything happens.
また連絡よろしくにゃ。
I'll try again. Once I hang up, I try calling Christian's cell phone once more, but she won't answer. After a while, the phone switches to voicemail.
クリスちゃん
Please be okay, Christian.
大丈夫かな。
She might just be too busy to answer the phone, but that bad feeling won't go away and it makes me feel uneasy.
何があったのかな。
Could something have happened? There's no way Mayushi would ever forget Christian, though.
大志は忘れたりなんか。
Everyone's going to forget Christian soon. I can't believe that. How soon is soon? Is that why she was acting so oddly? I want to see Christian. No, I need to see her. I couldn't help myself anymore. I grabbed my cell phone and ran out of my room. I did forget I did want to actually see, because she said a flood of messages. Oh wow, there are a bunch of messages that I didn't see. Oh my god, she essays. Interesting. These ones from Mum. Why is there Luca-kun and just Luca? Dari sent me a message. Oh wow, there's so many messages. Ah, these are so annoying to read because I have to go to Outbox and Inbox as well. That's the one that I sent. Forgot the flowers. Alright. Big meanie. Alright, then we go to Inbox. This one. Oh my god. Ocarina does make life difficult for me sometimes. Inbox, the last one from her. Yet. I don't like the sound of yet. Okay, that's the thing. Now Kaide is getting involved. Okay, then what did she say to that? Cool as justice. Okay. Asking too much. And inbox. Alright. Oh, now I send something to Luca. Oh, God, I'm trying to get Luca to do cross-dressing. Yes, I'm most definitely plotting something. Wink, wink. This one. Oh god. And then we've got this one. And then I must have sent messages to Ocarina and Daru. It's Chris at the lab. Yeah, and then Daru's responded with, I haven't seen her. Alright, we caught up. The messages we miss sometimes can be a thing. Once I'm in Akihabara, I searched for Chris-chan on the crowded main street. I pray in my heart that I'll be able to run into her like I did yesterday. Chris-chan isn't here. I tried calling her a few more times, but it won't connect. I also messaged Daru-kun and Ocarina about whether they knew where Chris-chan was, but I only heard back from Daru-kun. Daru-kun says he's in the lab as usual, but he hasn't seen Chris-chan for the past 2 or 3 days. I can't get a hold of Ocarina either. Is that just a coincidence? I mean, it looks like rainy weather. I think this might be them up on the roof right now, discussing things. I'm overthinking it. This isn't the time to worry about that, but everything in my mind feels so mixed up right now. Ocarina was acting so strangely too. But that's probably Mayushi's fault. Maybe Chris-chan's acting this way because of Mayushi too. I know that I'm jumping to unrealistic conclusions here, but maybe it's a gut feeling. Whenever I get a bad feeling, I'm usually right, so I can't ignore it. Could it be? I look up at the sky. It had been sunny until a moment ago, but dark grey clouds have suddenly rolled in all around. I think it is. I think I know where we are, as a guess. As I stood and thought that it might start raining, the raindrops began to fall. I reckon that Kurisu and Ogbe are up on the roof of Radicant right now, and they're about to get soaked. Oh, I knew it! It's raining! I run for cover under a storefront overhang. The rain begins to fall harder and harder. Before long it was pouring. Oh, why are things always like this? This is the worst. For some reason it always rains when I need to do something important. According to Ocarina, Mayushi's a rain magnet. Whenever it rains when I'm with Ocarina, he always blames me and says, "That's why I always tell you to carry a portable umbrella." But whenever I say, "No, it's too much trouble," Ocarina always shakes his head at me and sighs deeply. But then he always ends up buying a plastic umbrella at the convenience store and covering both of us with it. So I have a mountain of plastic umbrellas from Ocarina now. I feel like it's a waste to throw them away, so they become a sort of collection. I wonder if it's just a passing shower. I hope it stops soon. Where is Ocarina and what could he be doing right now? Is Chris-chan okay? I hope they didn't get caught up in all this rain. Is Mayushi a heavy burden on both of them? I mutter this to myself, then shake my head. No, that doesn't help. I'm thinking too much. Like I'm on super sensitivity mode right now. This happens sometimes. Usually I'm not bothered by little things, but sometimes I can't stop obsessing over and worrying about tiny details. Whenever that happens, Ocarina scoffs at me and says, "You worried about little things? That's not like you at all," and tries to cheer me up. If only Ocarina were here beside me now. If only he'd laugh this all off, telling me, "Mayuri, overthinking things? No way." I can't help but think like this. Maybe Mayushi is relying on Ocarina too much. Ocarina's kind. He's like a weird older brother. I feel so safe when I'm with him, and he's so easy to be around. That's all it is. I try to murmur positivity to myself, but the more I try to calm myself down, the more uneasy I feel. That's all. The rain ended up to be just a passing shower, so it let up before long. Once the rain stopped, I resumed my search for Chris-chan. The setting sun reflecting off the wet pavement is blinding. I squint my eyes and navigate through the people walking around, searching for Chris-chan, but I can't find her anywhere. I thought I'd be able to see her any time since we have cell phones. I drop my gaze to my phone and sigh. Suddenly someone calls out to me. Oh, Daru-kun! Yeah, I can't get a hold of her. Well, I don't know if it's urgent. I don't want Daru-kun to worry too, so I decide not to explain. How about you, Daru-kun? Are you going somewhere? Of course you are. Wow, you must be rich.
年に2回コミマの時期だけはやりたい放題するって決めてるし
Wow, Daru-kun. You save up just for Komima? You're a model otaku, aren't you?
褒めても何も出ないよ
But if you do see Chris-chan, could you let me know?
オッケー
Thanks. See you later.
またな
Janai. After parting ways with Daru-kun, I let out another sigh. Maybe I'll go to the lab. Chris-chan might have gone there after Daru-kun left. I decide to head that way. Once I reached the lab building, I stopped in my tracks. Huh? The lights are on. At first, I thought Daru-kun might have forgotten to turn off the lights, but then I saw a shadow move near the window. It's probably Okabe. That might be Chris-chan. I run up the stairs 2 at a time. I swing open the door and run inside the lab. Chris-chan, are you here? Yeah, it's Okabe. You can't see if there's any pink thread on him, but I reckon it's the pink thread. Ocarine. It wasn't Chris-chan who stood up from the sofa, but Ocarine.
どうしたあいつに何があった
Okarine's expression changes as he grabs my arms. His grip is shockingly strong. Ocarine, sorry, but you're hurting my arms. Ocarine returns to his senses and lets go of my arms. Yeah, why else would he be so worried about her? Usually he's not that worried about her. But if they've just had that discussion about letting her die, he might be worried that she did something weird. Things feel so awkward. The shoulder of Okarine's jacket catches my eye. Yes! It's got a pink thread in it! I'm so smart! There's a zigzaggy pink stitch. I mean, where's my applause? I mean, how good am I at the lore of this game that I managed to guess exactly which world line we were in and whereabouts we were? Like, I guessed so early as well. When did I actually guess? How long did it take me to guess? I guess really, really quick. I guessed to like the gravestone, didn't I? Or something. That was a pretty good guess. I mean, with the little information I was given, I think I've done pretty well here. I'm pretty chuffed with myself. My first reaction is to look away. Ocarine, did something happen to Chris-chan?
いやそういうわけでは
But if nothing happened, you wouldn't be that worried, right?
前より
You and Chris-chan, there's something odd with both of you. I know you told me not to ask, but I want to know.
悪い
What if something terrible is happening that Mayushi doesn't know about? What if I'm not just a burden on you, but on Chris-chan as well?
そんなことは断じてない
I mean, technically, if you were to consider calling Mayuri a burden, you'd have to call Kurisu more of a burden, because she's technically the one that's being kept alive by all this. I'm not meant to be dead at all, it's meant to be Kurisu, so really she's the burden. Ocarine was never a very good liar. Hey, Ocarine.
なんだ
Chris-chan won't disappear, right? I wanted him to laugh and say I was being ridiculous, but Ocarine falls silent. He's bad at lying, so when he's silent, it's the same as yes. Does that mean that Chris-chan really is going to disappear soon? It can't be. Why? There's no way! I can't believe she's going to disappear! I feel a sting in my nose and my vision goes blurry. My tears fall to the carpet.
そんな未来は俺が断じて認めない認めて
Ocarine looks beaten and worn out. He's got to find Steins Gate, but his eyes have so much fire in them that it scares me.
俺は諦めない絶対に第三の選択肢を見つけてやる納得のいく未来を掴んでやる
Ocarine. His words just now. Has Ocarine let through time over and over again? All to change our future? Has Ocarine been fighting alone for all of us? I had absolutely no idea. See, I'm not as stupid as I look! I've guessed that he's been time leaping. Why? You always... I can't bring myself to say anything more. I take Okarin's hand and put it to my cheek. It's rough against my skin as I rub it.
ごめんね。
I'm sorry, Okarin. I never realized.
気づいた。
The tears won't stop flowing. They splash against Okarin's palm.
おかり。
Even when you're in such pain,
辛そう。
I can't tell you not to give it your all.
もう限界。
You're already pushing yourself harder than you can take, and I can't tell you to take it easy.
クリスチャンがいる。
I don't want Christian to disappear.
クリスチャンを助け
Oh,
られ
Corinne.
るのは
Are you the only person who can save
だ
Christian?
けなの。なんでおかりんだけなのかな。
It breaks my heart that I can't help him. Okarin was the one who supported Mayushi when I was in pain. I always wanted to repay that debt. I wanted to support Okarin when he was in pain. But Mayushi can't do anything.
マユシーが
I wish Mayushi could go in your place, Okarin.
代わりになれたらいい。
I squeezed his hand.
バカを言うなマユリ。お前では
Okarin smirks at me, just like always.
全てはシュタインズゲートの選択。
だけど
But
人質は人質らしく。
he's basically said women should shut up. I feel like that's basically what he said. But not all women, just specifically this woman. Okarin furrows his brow even tighter. Something about the concern in his face makes it impossible for me to say anything more. Mayushi doesn't want to do anything to hurt Okarin. I don't want to see his face like that.
マユリ、約束しただろう。全て話せる時が。
覚えてるよ。
I remember, but
け
Okarin...
どね。
Now that I know that Okarin's out there fighting all alone, how could I just stay here and wait? I want to help Okarin, it doesn't matter how. Mayushi wants to be helpful. See, this is one of my favourite parts of the original game, because the speech that he does before he presses that fucking button, that was fun as fuck. Like, I was so ill when I did that, but oh my god. The scream I let out, the laugh, the insane speech I made, I was so happy, I was so proud of myself. Did I read this? Mayushi wants to be helpful. Yeah, this was one of my favourite parts of the original game. I wanted to tell him that, but I forced myself to swallow those words at the very last minute.
約束は
We did make a promise, so I guess I have to
守
keep
ら
it.
なくちゃいけないもん。
The words stuck in my throat like rocks, but I managed to get them out.
む。
He literally just said Okarin's hard expression softened, and I started to feel relieved.
でもおかりお願いだからあまり無理しないで。
俺は大丈夫だ。
Oh fuck, that was my line. I got confused. I thought I was Okabe for a second. But Okarin, please, don't push yourself too hard. I know it makes no sense to tell you to try your best and not strain yourself at the same time, but
マユリ、お前の方が。
More what?
お前は大丈夫か？
Realizing that Christian and Okarin had both asked me the same question, my mind goes blank for a second.
嫌だな。
Oh, come on, Okarin.
おかり
I told Christian too, but she's always full of energy.
マユ
I'm
シ
just fine, see?
元気。
そうかな。
Okarin's expression clouds over. It seems like Christian and Okarin share some secret that they can't tell Mayushi. I guess I really am the one who's causing them pain.
で、クリスティーナがどうした？何かあったの？
その
Well, I can't get a hold of her at all. She was acting kind of strange before, so I was worried and looking for
その
her.
前ちょっ
そうか。
Okarin looks away from me and sighs. He doesn't seem at all surprised. It's as if he expected it.
分かった。俺も一緒に探そう。
Isn't she leaving tomorrow morning?
と
Well, actually, Okarin, can you let Mayushi handle Christian?
マユシーじゃ
I know Mayushi might not be much help to you, but
立てないかも。
お前はもう十分すぎるほど役に立っている。
そうなのかな。
I don't know if that's true.
はあ？だから、
おかり
Okarin.
そうだな。この場はマユリに任せた方がいいかもな。
おかり
Okarin, did you fight with
喧
Christian?
嘩でもし
まあ、 今日の夕方ちょっとな。
Ocarine mumbles.
夕立ひどかったよね。
Ha! No, they did not.
は
It's just a complete lie.
オカリンとクリ
So both you and Chris-chan were in Akiba? Oh, I see. The conversation stops there. I thought about asking where they were in Akiba, but things were so uncomfortable that I decided not to.
喧嘩はダメだよ。
You two really shouldn't fight. You've got to be friends.
俺とクリスティーナは
It's the default settings.
それはオカリンが
That's just because you tease her too much, though.
いじり
あいつはちょっといじっただけでムキになって反論するからね。
True, like Americans are relentless with the jokes. Even though Okarine's comments were harsh as ever, I was surprised at how soft his expression looked.
とりあえずその件はお前に任せた。
You're in charge. Those simple words from Ocarine gave me energy and courage. Okay, I'm in charge. This is an important mission.
あいつのことを頼む。
Ocarine firmly squeezes my hands.
分かったよ。
I got it. You can count on my Yushi.
マユシに任せて。
When I squeeze his large hands back and smile my biggest smile, Ocarine smiles faintly and nods. All I want is for Ocarine to smile. For that, I feel like I can do anything.
それじゃ
Okay then, I'll let you know when I find Chris-chan.
連絡
あ、わかった。あいつがラボに来たら
お願い。
Thanks. Okay, I'll see you later. Toot-toot. I'm happier knowing I'm in charge of something that I would be if I couldn't do anything. I hope I can be a help to Ocarine, even if it's just a little bit. With this thought in mind, I run down the stairs and out of the building. After leaving Ocarine, I searched the area around the lab and May Queen once more, but I couldn't find Chris-chan. I still can't reach her by phone either. And there's no word from Daru-kun or Ocarine, who said they would let me know if they found her.
クリスちゃんどこ行っちゃったの？
Where's Chris-chan gone? If I can't find her after all that searching, maybe she's already left Akiba.
でも
No, I think she leaves tomorrow morning.
秋
But it seems like she was in Akiba this evening and she's always at the lab until late,
結構
so I don't think she'd leave.
残ってるから
I take a look around me.
また秋葉にそう
I've got mail! That's not the button for mail. From Ocarine. I think this is probably, a constructive message to Okabe is probably the best thing to send right now. Also, have I got any more mails? We have got new mails. Looking up at Dad. This must be the one I sent, huh? And then she said, alright, well there we go. Akiba at night is completely different than it is in the afternoon, with a lot less people around. So it should be a lot easier to find someone. And I couldn't catch even a glimpse of Chris-chan.
秋葉はそんなに
Akiba's not that big, so why can't I find her today?
どうして今日に限って
It's like meeting Chris-chan in the crowd yesterday was just a dream.
ここまで会えない
I haven't been able to find a trace of her. What if Chris-chan actually has disappeared?
う
No, that can't be true.
ん
Chris-chan won't disappear.
ちゃんは
Okarine's trying really hard
し
too.
ない
Everything will be okay.
オカリンが頑張ってくれて
I try to rush the negative thoughts out of my head.
不安になってる
This isn't the time to worry.
会いたいと思う
Grandma always said that people who want to meet somehow find a way to meet.
だって
I squeeze Pockety in my hands and sigh.
片方だけが会
But
い
does
た
that
い
work if only one of them wants to see the other?
ダメなのかな
Please let Chris-chan want to see my Yushi too.
任せられたから
Since I'm in charge of the investigation, I need to work as hard as I can. Shaking out my stiff and tired legs, I start walking around again, continuing my search for Christian. Phew. I can't believe I still can't find her. It's like I've been cursed or something. I can't stop myself from complaining. I walked all around Akiba over and over searching for Christian, but as hard as I tried, I couldn't find her. It's almost midnight. If I can't find her before the last train, I guess I'll have to wait until tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow she'll be answering her phone though. I try to be positive about it, but the feeling that I can't let this wait until tomorrow won't leave me. Anyway, I need to do everything I can until then. I don't want to regret not doing something. I bury my negative feelings and hold my head up. And at that moment, my gaze is drawn towards the UPX overpass. The chestnut-coloured hair, the personalised uniform. She's far away, but there's no mistaking it. Christian! Christian is blatantly staring down from the overpass. Christian! Hey! Christian! I wave my hands wildly and call out her name, but she doesn't notice me. Still staring down from the overpass, she stands in place. Cars zoom under the overpass at scarily fast speeds. Christian? It suddenly seemed to me that she might jump down into the car zooming past below her, and my breath catches in my throat. In a split second, I was blindly running up the stairs leading to the overpass. Christian's eyes were blank, and it seemed like she was looking at nothing at all. She was just vacantly staring into space, with her fingers touching her lips. It's as if she were a doll, with her soul sucked out of her. Christian! I run with all my might and tackle her. Poor Kuroshu. Our entangled bodies collapse into the overpass. Christian! You can't do that! Don't throw your life away! I lock her body in a tight embrace. Huh? But because you look like you were going to jump at any second. I needed to stop you. You're like, what the fuck? Yeah. Oh shit. Suddenly just got a lot darker. Oh. So Mayushi was just jumping to conclusions? What a relief. My body, which had been tensed up this whole time, relaxes. You seemed down and I couldn't get a hold of you, so I was really worried. That's okay. I'm just happy I managed to find you. Mm-hmm. Yep. I was worried about you, Christian. Maybe I went a little overboard. Shouldn't you listen to your own advice, Christian? Also, you're an adult and I'm not. You're 18, I'm 16, there's also, you know, no way, that's not true. Like, kids shouldn't be wandering around at midnight, really. Not by themselves. Christian smiles weakly and gently pats me on the back. It was nothing. We're friends, so it's only natural. Christian? Mayushi would never not care about what happened to you, Christian. And everyone else feels the same way. Ferris-chan, Ocarine, and everyone else in the lab. When I said that, Christian looked in the distance grimly. She stayed silent for a while, then let out a troubled sigh. She bites her lip and casts her eyes downward. Don't say that. One Once more, I tightly embraced Chris Chan's slender body.
何があっても友達だから
It's okay. We'll always be friends. Don't worry, a few bumps won't change that.
マユリ
She hesitantly raises her eyes to look at me, then shakes her head.
でもちょっとやそっとの話じゃなかったとしたらそれでも
Even if it is, that's fine. You can't make friends without being prepared for stuff like that.
覚悟優しい嘘
I'd rather hear the harsh truth than a nice lie. It's a lot better than not knowing anything at all.
れる方が嬉しい
Remembering Okarin's expression, I nod to Chris-chan.
そうかマユリは
Chris-chan crosses her arms and mumbles to herself, as if she's convincing herself of something. The two of them are keeping a secret from Mayushi. Okarin didn't tell me, but Chris-chan might.
クリスちゃん
Chris-chan, do you remember our promise to have a sleepover together?
ええ、もちろん。私が滞在しているホテルはそんなにすごいホテルでも。
You say that any time, as if, like, you're not gonna be blipped out of existence tomorrow.
ゆっくり
It doesn't have to be fancy or anything, as long as we can have a nice long talk. Would it be okay if we did our sleepover tonight? I mean, if it's not any trouble.
そうね。今夜を逃したら
Yeah.
厳しいかもしれないし。
After thinking for a while, Chris-chan nodded.
わかった。オッケーよ。
They animate the mouths really well in this. Like, I can't remember if it's this. I feel like it's not this well animated in the other games. Thank you.
うん。礼を言わなくちゃならないのは私の方だし。謝らなく。
Huh?
なんでもない。
Chris-chan sits up and supports my body so we can get back up together.
明日ちょっと予定があって朝早いの。だからあまりゆっくりできないかも。
Yeah, that's totally fine.
なら招待するわ。有言実行。約束は守らないとね。
I'm so happy. Thank you.
ありがとう
I've got to message Okarin and the others to let them know that I found Chris-chan. But just as I thought to do that, I received a message of my own. I checked my phone to see one unread message.
オカリンから
It's from Okarin. Yeah. Liar, liar, pants on fucking fire. Oh, I thought Mayushi was the first to find you, but I guess Okarin found you first.
今のメール、岡部から。
Yep. Chris-chan, did you stop by the lab before coming here? Did you see Okarin?
まあ、
そっか
I see. I wonder why Okarin didn't message me earlier. He told me he would as soon as he saw you.
それは
Oh, bro, how can I not tell that they're lying their pants off right now? Like, Okarin was just saying that to get me to go home. She looks away from me and blinks uncomfortably. Something might have happened between her and Okarin. It doesn't look like she wants me to ask. An awkward silence. Well, maybe I received the message late, or maybe Okarin forgot until now. You know he's not good with phones and stuff.
いや、
Chris-chan starts trying to say something but seems to decide against it.
それじゃ
Well then, Chris-chan, shall we get going?
行こうか
Staying energetic to try to blow away the awkward feeling in the air, I took Chris-chan's arm and pulled her along with me. Got mail again already. From Fergus. I must have sent her a message. Awesome. Little mystery. Detective Ferris on the case. I'd already let my dad know that I'd be late tonight, but I called him again to ask if I could stay at Chris-chan's hotel since I missed the last train. He said it was okay. Maybe it's because I called at the last minute, but Dad started freaking out about Mayushi becoming some sort of delinquent. But when I put Chris-chan on the phone, she explained the situation and convinced him. Usually he doesn't have any problem with sleepovers if I call in advance, so I was surprised at how panicked he sounded. Once I got permission to stay over at Christian's, we went to the convenience store to get some snacks before going to the hotel. This is a proper teenage sleepover, getting snacks before. We're finally having our sleepover. Thanks for convincing Dad. He might have said yes if I had to explain it all on my own. Actually, no, I think it was the last sleepover. I've only really, well, you know, I've had sleepovers before. But the only one that like sticks out to me as a proper sleepover was one of Jib's birthdays, like 3 years ago. Was that post-COVID? Now I'm confused. It must have been post-COVID. I don't know what Dad got so worked up. He's always okay with me staying at the lab when it gets late, so why was he acting so odd today? Yeah, fair enough. Japan filled with love hotels. Huh? But I don't see the difference in staying at a hotel versus the lab. There's a right and wrong type of hotels? How do you not know? I'm sorry, but like, alright, I've been watching Sea Dog VA Cyclothon, yeah, and I think on like almost once a day they've passed a love hotel. They're fucking everywhere. Like, how do you not know about them? So you say, we don't know. It looks normal enough, but who knows what's in the drawers? What would make it shady? Yeah, and it's all thanks to your persuasion skills. I was impressed just listening to you talk. Also, I mean, like, because I'm with Kurisu, who is a fellow woman, probably a low chance of going to one anyway. Because from what I've seen, they don't like letting couples of the same sex go in. Not every single one, but you know, a good few of the nicer ones, in fact, don't let same-sex couples go in. So you know, I guess it's just how it is. Bloody homophobic love hotels. Do you think so? I think he's just being a worrywart. Christian smiles weakly, then takes out 2 hotel glasses. She checks the mini fridge and the cupboard. Don't take anything out of the mini fridge, they'll charge you like 100,000 yen for that. Didn't we buy snacks anyway? Well, I did kind of invite myself over at the last minute. Don't worry about it. Celeb Sev, brilliant nickname. Oh, I got mail. Who's mailing me? It's probably Ferris, yes. Mind of an adult, the heart of a child. Interesting. We bought lots on our way here, so we should be just fine. I'm not a celebrity, she says, as she's just like, oh yeah, let's get room service. No, it's okay. Maisha will be happy as long as we can talk lots tonight. Yep, that's right. Oh, curry. Fuck seafood. Blech. I'll have curry. Good choice, Mayuri. Smart girl. Yo, we got pizza as well. No one said about the pizza. Hell yeah. I mean, it's pepperoni. You know, nothing against pepperoni. It's not my choice. But nothing against it. Got Dr. Pepper as well. Curry, I imagine she's got seafood, but her hand's hiding it. We also got Juicy Chicken number 1. Let's go. No, that's not Juicy Chicken number 1. That's the can't remember what they called it, but it's basically like the KFC spin-off, and some crisps. Chris-chan boils some water, adds it to each cup, then hands one over to Mayushi. While she does this, I open up the bags of chow down chicken, that's what it's called, chow down chicken, and other snacks, lining them up on the floor. Okay, cheers to our first ever sleepover. And the last. Ganbei. We raise our glasses to Dr. P and we drink them down in a flash. Phew, so good. An old man? What? I've got a grunt. I live for this stuff, or something like that, right? That's what my dad says. Chris-chan laughs as she slurps at cup noodles with a fork. It's a huge weight off my shoulders to finally see her smile. It's because you're eating it with friends, right? Well, we were hungry. God damn it, Kurisu. No problem. All's well that ends well, right? And if I weren't looking for you, we wouldn't have been able to have this sleepover. In the end, I think everything happens at the time it's meant to happen. Fatalism sounds... It sounds like, because, you know, you say fatality. That doesn't sound like the right thing. If something bad happens, it might make us depressed at the time, but if we look back on it later, lots of good things might have come out of it. Chris-chan stops eating her cup noodles and continues speaking, half to herself. Man, she's essaying right now. Like Mayuri dying. Yeah, well, we are currently in that timeline. I'm set to die probably the day after tomorrow, I think. But she's essaying right now. Well, we can move to a difference convergence point if we try hard enough. That's difficult. I mean, yeah, that does make sense. Chris-chan seems unable to find her next words and falls silent. Chris-chan. It looked as if her eyes were tearing up, so I panicked and shoved a piece of chow down chicken into her mouth. My solution to all problem is just shove food in their mouth. So my throat is really dry, so sorry if I keep coughing. She's sad. She's going to blip out of existence tomorrow. I'd be pretty sad if I knew I was going to blip out of existence tomorrow. The food will only taste half as good if we eat while talking about bad stuff. Hey, 75% of CGs, let's go! You don't have a debate with Mayuri? What? I feel like I've missed a point here.
How about you cease this bitch crying and eat this chicken?
You've never had a sleepover before? But that's like the most American thing to do, is have a sleepover. Well, this is a girl sleepover, so we should have some girl talk, don't you think? Oh, Bradley, we gotta leave. We can't be present for the girl talk. That's not allowed. We just talk about things that we usually don't talk about. We get to know each other better and become better friends. Sometimes when I have sleepovers with Fubuki-chan and my other friends, but we talk about shocking stuff, like what unusual ships we secretly like. It's really fun. Alright, Bradley, let's have our own little girl talk right now. What ships do you like that are unusual? I'm trying to think of some ships. I mean, my personal ship for this game is Kurisu and Okabe. I am Team Kurisu, but I mean, I don't know if that's particularly unusual. I'm trying to think of unusual ones. A pirate ship. You know what I'm talking about. I guess maybe one of my One Piece ones are a bit weird. I'm kind of all for Brook and Robin. I can't lie. Like they were having such a good time in I mean, yeah, Dipsifica is like an obvious one though. It's not unusual. Everyone's about Dipsifica. Like nobody actually cares about Dipper and Wendy. That was like no one actually ships that. Everyone's for him in Pacifica. But yeah, I think maybe Brook and Robin might be an unusual one that I have. Well, no, they were having, you know, they just seem to be having a lot of fun in Wano. They seemed pally together. They were fighting together well. Especially since, you know, like Brook didn't have much to do with the Annie's lobby arc, and you know, he still helps protect her from CP0 anyway. But anyway, moving on. You don't need to think too much about it. Whether you have a problem or want to talk about a crush, Mayuri's ready for anything, Chris-chan. I clap my hands once and then stretch out my arms toward her. She crosses her arms and seems to get lost in thought again. Don't reveal your weaknesses. Really? For Mayushi, talking to someone can sometimes help solve the problem. I don't know who Mordecai is, and I don't remember which pony Twilight Sparkle is. I don't remember what she looks like. I remember what the apple one and the rainbow one look like. Is Twilight Sparkle the pink and purple one? That sounds right. Purple is kind of twilighty, and pink is kind of sparkly. It's the purple one. Or is it the purple one? Because there's a pink and purple one, and there's a purple and like lavender one. Is it the purple and lavender one? Is that the one? Is that the one? I don't know. I don't know enough about it. Oh, you're always yapping about your parents. The purple one? Okay. Purple and lavender. Got it. Chris-chan. I mean, you show weakness in front of Okabe anyway. I mean, you try not to, but you fail. It sounds embarrassing when you put it that way. Okabe gets along with his father, like... Oh, yeah, him. That is an odd ship that you have, considering... Have they ever met in a canon story, ever? Or non-canon either, but like, I don't know, but just by like an official non-canon story. I don't know what I'm on about, don't listen to me. Are you having a problem with your dad? One problem at a time is just fine.
Can we pretend
Ferris-chan already told me about your dad.
Are like shooting stars.
What? I have no idea what you mean by that. Ferris-chan has already told me a little about your dad. She's really worried about you too. I know, poor Ferris is so confused. She says she can't leave you be, Chris-chan. Alright, I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that. I don't intend to ever look at it ever, considering I've never watched the regular show and I've never watched My Little Pony. Yeah, Varish-chan's a great person. She was worried that she accidentally got you angry too. Well, when you do try and mend your relationship, he does end up stabbing people, so it's probably best you don't try and do that. They sing a song? That's lame. Imagine singing. Yeah, that was it. It's the most depressing girl talk in the history of girl talk. No, it's fine. Anything goes, remember? Do you think you can keep going? Christian, you love your dad, don't you? Yep, that's fair. That's completely fair. But if that were true, you wouldn't have been shocked when he rejected you, right? She just wants his approval, man. She respects him too much. I don't think it's love, I think it's just she wants him to respect her. Even if you can't get your feelings across right now, if you keep showing him you love him, slowly but surely, I think he'll come to understand. You can send him letters or texts or whatever. Close your eyes and the dialogue becomes something else? What? What does it become if you close your eyes? But why don't you try showing him anyway? Don't have the time. Those words take me by surprise. Yep, because she's gonna blip out of existence tomorrow. No, it's okay to be frustrated. Don't worry about it. I mean, that's fair. You probably would be at your mental limit facing death tomorrow. Brushing her bangs out of her face, Christian sighs deeply. I have no idea what you're going on about. Have you been drinking or something? That sentence makes, like, what does the ST mean? She's over capacity. She's drunk. She's over the driving limit. Okay, I still don't really get what you mean, I can't lie. A lobotomy on yourself? Give it a shot, see how it goes. Mayushi doesn't really understand what you're saying about specs and lobotomy somethings. But are you saying that your head's jumbled with worries and problems, Christian? Yeah, but I still don't really get what you mean by the sentence, even with ST being at. It doesn't really make sense with what else it becomes. Mayushi feels the same sometimes. You're not alone, Christian. It happens to everyone. That's just not true. I'm always just like, am I a burden? But am I a burden? No, that's not true at all. For Mayushi, it happens when I can't help the people who are important to me, or when I feel like I'm a burden on them. See, predicted. Yeah.
それって
Him.
やっぱり
Him. You know who. Voldemort!
オカリンだけじゃなく
It's not just Ocarine. You're important to me too, Chris-chan.
マユリ
What? Because you can only think of why Chris-chan, like, what? What does Chris-chan make you think of? If I'm going to ask, now's the time. Determined, I take a deep breath and ask.
あの
Oh, we're back to normal mode. Hey, is Mayushi a heavy burden for you too?
なんでいきなりそんなこと言うの
That's what Ocarine says, but I don't believe you.
ないけど
Are you sure? I thought maybe I was causing you and Ocarine some sort of problem.
マユシ
That's my biggest worry right now.
じゃないか
まさかあいつがマユリに何か言ったの
No, he didn't. No, Ocarine didn't tell me anything, but I thought about it a lot, and that was my conclusion.
そう
やっぱり
I'm guessing you know what Ocarine's concerned about right now, huh, Christian?
悩んでいる
それは
オカリンがマユシ
I wonder if Ocarine won't tell Mayushi because I'm useless to him.
マユシ
違うそれはあいつがマユリのことを誰よりも一番大事に思ってる
クリスチャン
Christian.
マユリそれだけは間違えないで出ないと別にあんなキングオブバカ報われようが報われまいがしたことじゃないけど
Well, you is an online person who created Sonic Chew. Oh! Okay. That... Yeah, well, this is literally only Mayuri's nickname for her. Okabe calls her Christina and everyone else calls her Makise or Kurisu. So, you know, as soon as we're at the Mayuri storyline, that'll be gone, but that is a thing. I wouldn't be surprised. Basically, they made a comic Sonic series. I wouldn't be surprised if he was actually, like, mimicking this game. He sounds like the sort of person that would, like, steal a name from a game like this or something. To show, you know, what's it, I can't think of the word. I'm really bad. An unrecognizable reference, like a minor reference that most people won't get. But like when you explain it, it's like, oh, it makes sense as a reference. But she should care if the efforts go to waste, because if the efforts go to waste, she's blipped out of existence for nothing.
負けるったらないし
Her words are sharp, but at the same time, they're also very kind. Wait, have they already kissed at this point? I think they have. I think at this point they've already kissed. Just like Ocarine.
オカリンとクリスチャン
Christian, you and Ocarine are a lot
仲間
alike.
同士だね
はいやあのねマユリ
On their love quest, oh god.
あんな聞き分け悪すぎるにも程があるバカと一緒にされたらさすがにへこんじゃうっていうか
Damn, poor Kurisu. I just shot the biggest insult at her. But I really think you are alike. You'd suit each other well, you know?
冗談でしょあいつと私が
I feel like they've already I can't remember the storyline. Have they already kissed at this point? No, not the two girls, Kurisu and Okabe. Not the two girls, Kurisu and Okabe. I feel like they've kissed at this point.
そうかな
Really?
あんな
Or it might be the today that they kiss. But I think she's leaving today. And they kissed before that, so I think they've already done that. In spite of her words, Christian's cheeks flush red. I guess she's not a very good liar either.
私なんかよりマユリの方がよっぽど
オカリンは
Ocarine is like an older brother to Mayushi.
ただ
That's all it is, so... With each word it becomes harder and harder to keep speaking. Noticing Mayushi's expression, Chris-chan lightly pulled on my cheek.
マユリ無理してるの
クリス
Kurra!
ガールズトークって普段話せないようなことを隠し事せずに話すものなんでしょ
Okay. Damn, honesty train time. We look each other in the eye and nod.
マユリは岡部のことが
Crazy. I can't hide from Chris Chan's intense gaze. Yeah,
だけど
but I know that Ocarine likes you, Chris-san.
クリスチャン
なんでそうなるの？
Well, because it's true.
ずっと見てたらわかる
I can see it. Since Mayushi is Okarine's hostage, I've always seen Ocarine up close. I can tell.
それじゃ
Okay,
クリスチャン
so it's your turn, Chris-chan. Be honest, do you like Ocarine? Hmm?
あんなバカ。
Yeah, sure you do. Sure you do.
なのに今日あいつが余計なこと言ってきて。
I can't remember when they
して
ki-
るだけ。
No, wait, because if it was Ruddy-kun today, then I can't remember. It's been too long since I played the game. I can't remember when the kiss is. I can't remember when it happens. Chris-chan puts her hand to her mouth and shakes her head.
ごめん。なんか
No, it's okay. I understand. Keep going.
そう。わかった。マユリには
She takes several deep breaths before letting out her breath and saying,
実は
"Oh, they must have kissed already then."
告白された。
For a second, my mind goes blank. I open my mouth to try and say something, but I'm lost for words. After a while, when I could finally manage to say something, I was surprised at how dumb I sounded.
そっか
You want them to kiss? What, the two girls? That's your new ship? Oh, really? This is a lot like when Grandma died. I don't feel any bitterness or sadness at all. But it feels like there's a gaping hole in my heart.
でもそれは何かの間違いよ。あいつ相手を完全に間違えてる。バカすぎにも程がある。
Chris-chan is angry for Mayushi. But Ocarine didn't make a mistake at all. I can tell.
それは違うよ
That's not true, Chris-chan.
ちゃん
だってマユリのことが誰よりも何よりも大事だからこそ、あいつはどれだけ、そしてマユリを救う方法を見つけた。
オカリンが前
Ocarine is gonna save me? Chris-chan realizes she said too much and clamps her mouth shut.
たく本当に今の私どうか。
No, tell me.
だけど
お願いクリス
Please, Chris-chan. Mayushi wants to know about everything. Everything you're trying to keep away from me. I look into her eyes and plead.
だけど私も岡部もマユリ。
傷ついてもいいか
I don't care if it hurts, just please tell me.
教えて
If you and Ocarine are hurting, I don't want to be unhurt. It's not fair.
ついている楽しい時も
I want to be the same as you, whether we're happy or sad.
いいよ
マユリ。
Chris-chan clenches her fist and silently stares at the floor. All I can do is look at her and pray. After some time, she raises her head and looks at me.
マユリ後悔しない？
I'm sure I will regret this, but I'm probably going to force you anyway. I'm sure. It's okay. I'm ready for anything.
マユリも
Mm-hmm.
それなら岡部が私に話してくれたようにこれ以上隠し続けても意味がない。わかった。
ありがとう
Thank you, Chris-chan.
ちゃん
Chris-chan stares into my eyes. I've literally gaslit her into revealing this to me. I can feel the tension. Everything falls silent.
世界線を変えてしまったことによってこのままだと
Huh?
岡部はマユリの死を避けるために何度も
Well, I'd already guessed they had been time
タイ
leaping.
ムリープはまだ不確定なことが多すぎて危険だって忠告した。
そんな
No way. I remember the nightmares I've been having lately, a gasp.
最近
I've been having nightmares
怖い
lately.
夢を見る
In each one I've been about to die, but every time Ocarine would come and try to save me.
それでも
But in the end, Mayushi dies anyway.
っていう
Could it be that those weren't really dreams?
その可能性は否定できない。岡部がタイムリープを繰り返すたびに過去は上書きされて。
So there you have it. Every single time you dream something that used to be reality, but then Okabe time leapt and changed the reality. So if you had a dream where you win the lottery and you're completely happy and everything goes right, and then you wake up and that's not true, blame Okabe. Oh, so they weren't dreams after all.
岡部は世界線が変わってしまった原因である D メールを取り消していけば元の世界線に戻れるって、その仮説は正しいと思う。そして取り消すべき D メールを残すところあと1通。
I don't fully understand what Christian is saying, but I think hard. So Ocarina is trying to get back to the world line before D-mails existed in order to save Mayushi? And thanks to him, we're almost back to normal?
ええ。だけど元の世界線では私がすでに2週間前に死んでいるってことに。
Yep. That's probably the original world line. The beta world line was probably you fighting World War II Nazi dinosaurs. Well, yeah, yeah, that's fine. I mean, how old? That was 2011, right? You'd have been 7 in about 2011, 2010. That's when this game takes place. This game takes place in summer of 2010, I'm pretty sure. So time leap technology would have existed when you were 7, because that would have been 2011. But that would have been past the summer of 2010. Yeah, this motherfucker got rid of Nazi dinosaurs. You should be furious. You could have had your 2 favorite things combined into one. Huh? For a moment, I couldn't understand what she said. No, that's not right. I think I didn't want to understand. I can't believe that. I don't want to believe that. That has to be a mistake. Ocarina wore himself out trying to get back to the original world line. But in the original world line, Christian is already dead. That was the best timeline. Doesn't exist anymore. He overwrote it. I'm sorry. You'd have to undo his D-mails. That's horrible. Too horrible. I remember, but I thought it was Ocarina just making things up like always. Man, he really is the boy who cried wolf, isn't he? Well, that must have been over 2 weeks. Almost 3 weeks, actually. So if you go back to the original world line, what happens to you? Christian crosses her arms and laughs bitterly. She's gonna be blipped. Thanos snapped away. I can't stop shaking. I said I was prepared for the truth, but I can't accept that. You're going to disappear? There must be. I'm sure there's another way. Christian shakes her head quietly, as if to cut me off. I No matter what?
岡部も私とマユリの両方を救える選択肢を必死で探してくれた。それでもダメだった。
That can't be.
世界線を元に戻すのだって大変なのに、それとはまた別な世界線を探すだなんて無茶すぎにも。このままじゃ岡部が壊れてしまうのは時間の問題。当然よね。何をどうしたって自分の大事な人を何度も目の前で殺されるんだもん。
I had no idea that Ocarina was so close to his breaking point. Both Ocarina and Christian, I had no idea they'd suffered so much because of me. I felt so sorry that I didn't even have the words to begin to express it.
残酷かもしれないけど、すでに回は出ているのにタイムリープを繰り返すのは、仮に まゆりがさっき言ってた運命論が正しいとしたら、だから岡部はまゆりを助けるべき。そうあいつを説得して。
Watching her speak with such a detached tone made me feel as if she might disappear at any moment. I rushed towards Christian and wrapped her body in a tight embrace. No, you can't. You can't! I'm sorry, Christian. Mayushi didn't know anything. Even now I said something horrible to you. A world where you have to die? I don't want that fate. I don't want it. She pats Mayushi's head softly as if calming down a child. I don't care if it's right or not. I don't want a future without you, Christian. I'll do whatever it takes to change it. Both you and Ocarine had to suffer so much. But Mayushi, I had no idea. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Christian, you never betrayed Mayushi. I always thought a day like this might come. You supported Ocarine when he was at his worst, right? Now kiss, oh my god. She's already kissed Okabe today. She can't go around kissing everyone. Of course you'd fall in love with someone who helped you at your worst. Mayushi was the same. When I spoke those words, I finally realized just how much I really liked Ocarine. But I'm not the one who can make Ocarine happy. It's you, Christian. So don't worry about Mayushi. Just take good care of Ocarine. She might, I mean, fair enough. It's like that 60 seconds to live game, where one of your options is to just go around and kiss absolutely everyone. I bow my head and think to myself, I'm acting like Ocarine's mother or something. Huh? Really? When? I snapped my head up to see her looking into the distance with a pained expression. Oh yeah, she must have already kissed him then, so she's leaving today. Alright, timeline sorted in my head. Was that your plan for today? That's so soon. Why? Does Ocarine know about this? Then... The whole smooth ass hippocampus line. My tears start to blur my view of her pained smile. No way! I don't want to understand. Mayushi doesn't want to live if you have to pay the price. We exchange glares, neither of us willing to give in to the other. I'm astounded by the way Christian's eyes burn with determination. Her will seems unchangeable. But Mayushi has a trump card. It's one that I'd rather not use. But if there is no other way, I'll have to. Slowly and quietly, I make up my mind. Christian, do you believe in fated relationships? Well, we know that Daru's relationship is certainly fated. Or Suzuha would never be born. If you have a fated relationship with someone, no matter what happens, no matter what world you're in, you're somehow sure to meet. That's what Mayushi's grandma said. Oh, I mean they do meet, she just dies very quickly. Mayushi wants to believe it too. If two people want to meet, something will draw them together. So long as they're alive, they can meet again. Bro's got such a smooth brain. What do you mean? He's smart as fuck. He invented time travel. You can't call the fella who invented time travel smooth-brained. I say this to convince myself, then I smile at Christian. He may be a bit of an imbecile, but you know, he's intellectual. So, I won't give up yet. Because I haven't done anything yet. I don't want to give up before I try something. I'd regret it too much if I did. No, I said the smooth hippocampus line. When he confessed to her, he said a really smooth line about how the memory of a hippocampus works. That's what it was about. I wasn't calling him smooth brain. Shaking my head. Wasn't listening properly. Christian. Maybe Mayushi's final trump card isn't a trump card at all. Maybe it's useless. Well, it's a pretty shit trump card then, wasn't it? But still, I don't want to give up before I try. My feelings won't change. It might be impossible. It might be useless. But I need to try. No, it's nothing. Things suddenly feel awkward between us and I have no idea what to say. Yeah. Thank you, Christian. So what should we talk about? Well, maybe I'll share one of Mayushi's best ones. A thrilling and embarrassing Ocarina legend. Oh, I have so much dirt on the fella. It was back when Ocarina was in his second year of junior high. Christian leans forward, eyes sparkling. I want to see more and more of her smiles. So I dig up my funniest memories and start telling her. No, I want to know the stories. What silly things did Okabe do? It's true. There was a time when he came to school with his right hand wrapped in bandages that he drew a weird symbol on. He wasn't hurt or anything, so I thought it was super odd. Classic Chinubio. Yeah, exactly. And then? When we're talking like this, it feels like the clock isn't counting down the time until... It feels like the clock isn't counting down the time until Christian disappears. But it is. I feel really impatient, like I need to do something, but I can't really do anything until the morning. So right now I'm just going to keep talking, because I want to grant Christian's wish to treasure every minute, each second. After laughing and talking with Christian all night, we said our goodbyes because she needed to pack for a trip. We promised to keep in touch even when she returned to America. Leaving the hotel in Ochanomizu, I returned to Akiba and went to the lab. I don't know when she'll disappear. I can't help but quicken my pace. I look at the time. It's right before 10 o'clock. Just a little longer. Wait for me, Christian. No longer able to contain myself, I start running. I've arrived in front of the lab. I make sure that the Brawn Tube workshop is open before I look up to the lab. I better not be planning to time leap. Right then I notice a figure on the roof. A familiar white lab coat flutters in the wind. Ocarina. Ocarina is gazing at the sky, probably thinking about something. He hasn't noticed Mayushi yet. Ocarina, I'll give it my all too. The kid who's in the corner recite anime. No, that was Kurisu. Kurisu's the Kamehameha fan. That's literally her username on @channel. I don't know if Okabe actually watched that much anime. I think he watched a bit as a kid, but he literally would just make his own shit up as he went. I climb up the stairs, making sure Ocarine doesn't notice. The door is unlocked. Do I even know how to work the time leap machine? I don't think I do. I slip inside the lab. The empty lab was unusually quiet. The rays of the morning sun were softly shining into the room. I think back to when Ocarine and Mayushi were the only lab members. Once, during a nighttime typhoon, the lab completely lost its power. But by the next morning, the typhoon had passed and everything was really peaceful, like right now. But I remember feeling a little disappointed. It felt like there was no point in being so scared the night before. Ocarine made me feel better that time too. The sound of the wind and rain was so overwhelming that I was terrified the old building might collapse at any second. And just as always, Ocarine would put his dramatic voice and make me feel better. I think he said something like, "This must be an act of sabotage by the organization. I, Hoin Kiyoma, refuse to be phased. Mwahahaha." How nostalgic. All the stuff about the organization and sabotage was made up by Ocarine. Just kids making things up. It was so much fun. I'd never thought it could be real. My nightmares each night weren't really nightmares. They were like fragments of memories of Ocarine fighting to save Mayushi. The moment I remember seeing when I was surrounded by scary people with guns, I felt a piercing pain in my head. I need to change things. Like Christian said, it might be impossible to make a miracle happen. But it's better than not doing anything and regretting it later. I stumbled towards the development room in the back. The computer in there was turned on. I just phoned Daruka and he taught me the method. It's a little difficult, but it's okay. I'll be alright, I think. I'd love if I just messed this up and sent myself back to like the age of the dinosaur. I don't think it's possible, but I'd love it if I just messed it up and something really weird and wacky happened. Punch in Mayushi's cell phone number and then set the time to last afternoon, after I noticed that my phone was dead and recharged it. Then with trembling hands I set the headgear on my head. I'm scared. Christian said that time leaps could be dangerous, but I have no idea what's going to happen. Ocarine, you've done a lot of scary things to Mayushi, haven't you? I want to cry, but this isn't the time for tears. I'm sorry, Ocarine. All I have to do is turn on the machine and call the phone wave. I take slow, deep breaths. Surely when she turns on the machine though, the building will shake and Okabe will notice and run downstairs and stop me. It's okay. Nothing to be scared of. I'm not afraid. I convince myself and put my thumb on the call button of my phone. But then... Oh shit, I've been rumbled! We gotta go! With the sound of the door slamming open, I hear Okarine's sharp voice pierce the lab. Ocarine! I'm not doing anything, I swear. Seeing Ocarine running straight for me, I hurry to turn on the machine. The next moment, a blue-white light flashes. The bright light shines brighter and brighter, and I feel the ground shaking. My head hurts. I feel like it's going to break. I can't stand up straight anymore and I hunch over. I'm sorry, Ocarine. Mayushi can't give up. Trembling, I push the call button. My vision violently distorts. The pain and nausea is so bad that it feels like my brain is being cut up into pieces. Okarine's horrified face closes in on me. Everything moves in slow motion. He grabs my wrist with an unbelievably strong grip. Ocarine tries to rip the headgear off my head with all his might. Struggling, I desperately try to keep it on. Don't stop me! Please, let Mayushi go! Ocarine! Just as I shout, the world cracks, and the crack spreads all around. Everything around me explodes into dust. Okay. That's not how people usually describe time leaping, but it's fine. we barely even time leaped 24 hours. The inside of my head is scrambled. It shouldn't be that bad. You only did, what, like 20 hours? People have done way worse than that before. Her top half, that's not quite how that works. She's not sending back anything physical. Just memories. No, it's not just inside my head. My vision and everything else is all scrambled too. It feels awful. My head really hurts and my ears are ringing. I cover my mouth and crouch down, holding my head. It feels like someone's sticking a fork into my brain. I want to escape from this overwhelmingly sharp pain, but there's no way to stop it. But between the pain, there's a faint feeling of pleasure mixed in, and I want to cling to that. What? Bit by bit, the pain subsides. I hear a phone ringing somewhere. Where? Whose is it? Afraid, I open my eyes, and the familiar sight of my room jumps out at me. That's weird. I could have sworn I was in the lab, so why am I here? There's a cell phone on the floor. I sluggishly pick up the phone and answer it. Hello?
電波が悪いせいかにゃ。電話切れちゃったにゃ。
Ferris-chan, what's going on? What was I doing?
まゆし、どうかしたのかにゃ。それが。
Well, Mayushi doesn't really understand. Was I just on the phone with you, Ferris-chan?
そうにゃ。クーニャのことについて。
Kunya.
だけど、話している途中に別の着信があって、まゆしは。そうだったんだ。
Oh, okay. My memories aren't clear.
フェリスがクーニャを怒らせちゃって、その話だ。
No, that's wrong. Chris-chan sent me a message asking me to let you know she's sorry. I get a strange feeling like I've said the same thing over and over. Why is the time leap thing weird for her? Like, it's worked perfectly fine for everyone else, but she can't seem to remember much. Why? There shouldn't be anything strange about it, but I feel like something's off. I can't get in touch with her right now, but I'll do something to contact her. I can't contact her? That's strange. I should have already contacted her. I guess I'm just too small brain. Like, my brain can't contain 20 hours of memories. Whew, it's too much capacity. No, that's wrong. I tried calling her, but Chris-chan wouldn't answer her phone. I'm worried about her. We had pizza. No, Chris-chan is fine. Which is it? The back of my head starts throbbing and the pain makes me feel sick. Yeah, it's nothing. I just have a little headache. Sorry. She's too slow to time travel. I think so. That's how it's seeming. Because it worked out perfectly fine for everyone else who's ever even tried it. Like, even fucking Nai could do it. Yeah, probably. And Nai was like time leaping to back when she was a child, so... Like, her brain would have physically been, like, smaller. So that must have been a nightmare for her to do. Because, like, I don't know, like 20, 30... She'd have definitely been an adult when she started time leaping. Back to a body of, what, a 6-year-old? Back to the brain of a 6-year-old? That could not work nicely. Thanks. See you later. And she managed it fine, so... I mean, she was a bit deranged, but I feel like she was probably deranged before she did the time leaping anyway. You're being weird, Mayushi. I hang up the phone and absentmindedly stare into space. I couldn't get a hold of Chris-chan. I looked all over Akiba and found her on the overpass. I knew it. Something strange. I'm supposed to go and look for Christian now. So why do I think Mayushi found her already? Is this what people call deja vu? Or a premonition? Something's weird. What's going on? The moment after I tilt my head in confusion, a white light bursts inside my head. The pain that I thought had gone away comes rushing back. No, an even more intense pain pierces through my brain, along with the unpleasant feeling that inside of my head is being stirred around. Events that shouldn't have happened yet come flooding into my mind. Or maybe this is just because Okabe tried to take it off my head that it's gone weird. I guess we can imagine that. The inside of my head is filled up with all sorts of memories and feelings. It feels like it's about to explode. The reason Mayushi is such a burden on Chris-chan and Ocarine, the painful future that Chris-chan told me about, jumping back into the past with the time leap to try and change the future. I remember it all. This is a time leap. My headache finally subsides and I take a deep breath. I didn't know time leaps were such painful, agonizing things. Ocarine suffered this pain countless times. For Mayushi. Imagining the pain that he went through makes me want to cry. I definitely need to end this. I wipe my tears and raise my head. And there's only one way I can. Even if I don't know if it'll go well or not. Mayushi needs to do it. I take my diary and blue Ooper off the desk, put them back in my bag and nod. I'll ask Darukun for help. Apparently we're going to call Darukun. Hello Darukun, it's Mayushi. What are you doing right now? Why not do both? Right now? You seem pretty energetic today, Darukun. So does that mean you'll be in Akiba all day today? Then I have a little request. Is it okay? Yeah, that's right. Today, around 9 at night, can you make it so I can send a D-man? There's an important email I need to send no matter what. Yeah, is that no good? I think it's a strange request myself. I won't be surprised if he was suspicious. What if he starts questioning me about it? I've never been very good at telling lies, so I'm not sure I'd be able to convince him. What? Because, I thought you had asked for a reason why I wanted to send it, or what it was about. I'm a little surprised. No. I see. Thanks, Darukun. Thank you. Then, I'll see you later. I'm really grateful to have a friend who trusts me. I seriously think this as I hang up the phone. All that's left is for Mayushi to get ready. I slap my cheeks with both hands to psych myself up. What am I going to do? I'll probably get home late today, but I already told Mum not to worry because we're all holding a farewell party for Chris-chan at the lab. That part is a lie. Every time I tell a lie, I get this overwhelming urge to say sorry, so I really don't like doing it. She's Canadian! She wants to say sorry too much. But there are times when you have to lie, no matter what. I tell myself that now is one of those times to try and to quiet my apologetic feeling. Perhaps because there's nobody in the lab, the ticking of the clock seems really loud. In my hand is future gadget number 1, the Pit something gun. The name Ocarine gave is too difficult, so I can't remember it no matter how many times I hear it. Why does he always choose such complicated names? I get he thinks they're cool, but they're too much trouble to remember. Can I just call this Pit-chan? I hold Pit-chan by the side of the door and lie in wait for Ocarine. I hear the sound of sluggish, dragging footsteps. I instantly know they're Ocarine's. My heart starts racing and my hand gripping Pit-chan gets sweaty. When the door opens, I press Pit-chan against Ocarine and say the line I'd practiced over and over. His face! Ocarine! Put your hands up! I wanted to say it as cool as I could, but I was so nervous I ended up stuttering. He's like, the fuck? I mean, it's really for changing the channel on the TV. It doesn't actually shoot anything. Ocarine raises an eyebrow and looks at me like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm really embarrassed and start to feel disheartened, but I can't afford to mess up right now. I ready Pit-chan again, simply sharply glare at Ocarine and say it again. Ocarine, put your hands up! Why? Ocarine looks at the palms of his hands and casually cocks his head. He's not nervous at all. Just do it, Ocarine. Put your hands up, like you're giving a cheer. Okay? Banzai! There was no energy in that. Ocarine raises his hands like it's really annoying. For a while, we look at each other in the eyes without moving. She's turning it backwards. As always, he doesn't look nervous at all. The scene should be more tense than this. It's weird. Where did I go wrong? I mean, the fact that you're holding the most fake-ass looking gun in the world. I don't think Banzai is quite the right mood I'm going for. Sorry, Ocarine, but you're gonna be Mayushi's hostage now. Mayushi can't stay a hostage forever, Ocarine. I try saying this with an exaggerated performance, like Ocarine always does. I realise that if you say something like it's a joke, you can say things that you normally wouldn't be able to. That reminds me, Fubuki and the others told me something like that before. When you cosplay, you can become someone different. It somehow becomes possible to do things you normally can't. Maybe this is similar. This must be how Ocarine feels. It's not sudden. I've been thinking about this for a long time. But I was always holding back. Anyway, don't ask any questions and be Mayushi's hostage, just for a little while. Please, Ocarine? Ocarine strokes his chin and gives me a look of doubt. But his expression suddenly softens into a sad smile. Oh, I guess so. Then let me try that again. I take a deep breath, put some strength into my belly and try and say it in a commanding way. Ocarine! Become Mayushi's hostage! That still doesn't sound quite right, but Ocarine plays along for me. His smile seems kind of fake and stiff. I'm sure he's forcing himself to go along with me. But if he doesn't do this, it'll be too painful to watch. Thanks, Ocarine. And sorry. I bow my head and Ocarine sighs in astonishment, then gently pats my head. Mayushi isn't rough. Right when I timidly objected to Ocarine. My stomach growls. Why now? The timing is so bad I feel like my face is going to catch fire. Ocarine pats my head again. Grrr. I always liked it when Ocarine would pat my head or tussle my hair. But that needs to end too. Just thinking about it makes me want to cry.
だって
But I can't
仕
help
方
it.
ないよ
Mayushi was always Okarin's
マユ
hostage.
シは
I'm not used to being a
ず
rebel.
っとオカリン
なんだ涙目になるほど腹が減っているのか
That's not it! Okarin looks troubled and confused, but he still smiles at me so kindly, I can't look directly at him. I desperately look up the ceiling to keep my tears from spilling down.
しかし奇遇だな俺
Huh?
久しぶりに一緒に飯でも食いに行くか
Okarin is as kind as ever. I think he's trying to be considerate since I'm acting so suspiciously. Sure.
なら命令したらどうだはん
Yeah, I can do that.
わかっ
I nod, compose myself, and give Okarin my order.
たそれじゃ
Then, Okarin, take Mayushin to Kitchen
マユ
Jiro.
シよ
はいはいそれじゃあ行くぞ
Okay. Okarin puts his hand in his coat pocket and goes to the door. I hurry after him. Things didn't go quite according to plan, but I still have time. I can take a little detour like this, right? It's right around dinner time, so Kitchen Jiro is pretty crowded. We had to wait in line for a while and then finally got seated at the counter. As soon as we're settled in, we order our usual without even looking at the menu. I'm having menchi katsu rice. Okarin is having curry with 2 pieces of menchi katsu as toppings. He calls his concoction Mad Menchi Katsu Curry. Seeing that our favourite orders haven't changed makes me really happy.
まゆりやけににやけているがどうした今日はなんだか
I don't know really. Just sitting here with you waiting for our usual order is making me really happy. I mean it.
1000円でお釣りが来る幸せか
Yay, happiness is cheap. Juicy chicken number 1, bananas, and showdown chicken makes me plenty happy too.
ますます安いな
Yup. We were awkward with each other before coming to Kitchen Jiro, but we're at our usual shop, getting our usual order. Our usual typical conversation feels so comfortable to me. Days like these make all the bad stuff seem like a dream. I feel like these never-changing days will continue tomorrow, the day after, and forever after that.
だったらいいのに
I wish they would.
なんだ何か言ったか
Nope, it's
で
nothing.
もないよ
After waiting a little while, the staff brings us trays with our plates on them. My tray is menchi katsu a little bigger than the palm of my hand, garnished with plenty of salad. It also comes with rice and a pork miso soup, so there's a lot of food on that tray. Wow, it looks so good.
おいし
うまいに決まっているだろ
Okarin boasts as though he had made it himself. It feels like the usual Okarin is back, and that makes me really happy. Okarin has to be like this.
いただきま
Let's eat! I put my hands together and start by biting into the extra large menchi as usual. Hot! A lot of juice comes pouring out from the inside of the crispy fried menchi. The rich taste of meat and sweetness of onions fills my mouth. Delicious.
おいしい
I always smile when eating tasty food, and that smile makes me feel better.
やっぱり
Kitchen Jiro's menchi katsu really is amazing. As far as Mayushi's concerned, they'll always sit on the throne as king of meat.
中で
まゆりよその意見には激しく同意する世界の真理だ
Is this just like because they use like real locations in this game? Is this just advertising for like a cafe that the author likes? As always, Okarin pours 3 drops of soy sauce into his menchi, and then grins boldly.
食らうがいいガストロミークラッシュ
Oh, I get a nice picture too. That's really like hyper realistic drawing. Like it just looks like a really low res photo, honestly. The next moment, Okarin starts stabbing the menchi katsu with his spoon and mixes it into the curry. That's a really good drawing.
おか
Okarin, you made it into a mess again. Such a waste.
えもったいないよ
これぞマッドメンチカツカレーのマッドたるゆえんマッドサイエンティストたるも これくらいの食べ方をしないとな。凡人とは違う。
Like, genuinely, I feel I could be convinced that that's a real picture. I mean, the game's too old for that to be an AI picture, honestly. Like, I could be convinced that that's a real picture, but I'm pretty sure it's drawn. That's really good. It just looks like a waste of menshikatsu to me.
何を言う。これこそが至高の食べ方なのだ。参りもいずれわかる時が来る。それまではその無難。
After saying this, Ocarina opens his mouth wide and stuffs his cheeks with menshikatsu curry and rice all mixed together.
やはりうまい。
You've mixed up your curry and eaten it like that since we were little, Ocarina. I mean, I do that as well. I mix up my curry and rice together.
子供の頃からマッドだったからな。
You know, I kind of feel like curry tonight. I might request it. Huh? Really? I remember the moment Ocarina became a mad scientist. All those years ago. Tiny little Mayuri. It was a day with light rain. After my grandma died, I felt like there was a big hole in my heart. Then Ocarina made me his hostage. He said that it seemed like I'd go off somewhere if he didn't. But because I'm his hostage, I'm not allowed to go anywhere. Use the pie, yes, I'll use the pineapple.
何をぼーっとしている。
Don't worry, I promise to use the pineapple like I said I would. Ocarina, his cheeks still stuffed with menshikatsu curry, suddenly thrust his spoon at my menshikatsu. Ah! That's Mayushi's! He stole a bite of my menshikatsu. Thief!
油断大敵だな。人質に隙を見せるなど。
You're always like this, Ocarina. A menshikatsu thief. You already have 2 as toppings, why are you taking mine too?
カレーまみれになったメンチカツもいいが、やはりメンチカツそのもののそば。
Then will you give me a bite of yours too?
人の食べ方にケチをつけといて食べたがるのか。
Yeah, it doesn't look good, but it might taste good.
うまいに決まっている。そこまで言うなら食って。
An unbeliever! Stringing up, murder the heretic. I can't remember the exact line he says, I just remember he's shouting out, an unbeliever! Kill him! Ocarina uses his spoon to scoop up a bite of my mad menshikatsu curry, then extends it toward my mouth. It seems like something a couple would do, so I start to feel embarrassed, even though I feel nothing when I do it for customers at May Queen. Huh? It's good.
だから何度もうまいと言っているだろうが。見た目。
I thought mixing it with curry would take away the crispiness of the menshikatsu, but it didn't. It was still crispy and delicious.
一度に糖分を全部摂取することができて効率もいい。考え抜かれた究極のバランス食と言っても過言ではない。またサイエンティストにふさわしい晩餐だと。
Bro, the text was so long it went through my fucking name tag. As Ocarina started lecturing, he quietly moves his spoon and scoops up more curry. It's not exactly romantic, but I feel warmth deep in my chest when I think about how we just shared an indirect kiss. We kissed back when we were kids, but we were just playing around. Whoa, lore drop. We never had this before. Now we know. Because Okabe said that it never had a kiss before. So he was lying. He was lying. He said that it was his first kiss. Lies. All of a sudden, I remember that clear as day. Why did I forget it until now? Hey. Do you ever remember something from the past out of the blue? I guess he just didn't remember either, because it was that insignificant. He remembers Kurisu's kiss though, when the 18-year-old kissed the 8-year-old child. That was a weird scene. Anyway, moving on. Well, I mean, it's normal to forget about stuff, but sometimes you remember things at a specific moment. I think it makes me feel at ease somehow. That's a secret. Ocarina, do you still remember? You know back when we were kids, when we were playing around and kissed? I made him choke on his food. Ocarine starts choking. I'm sorry, Ocarine! Are you okay? I rub his back and hand him a tissue and glass of water. Ocarine blows his nose into the tissue, then gulps down the water. Alright, so he had forgotten, which is why he told Kurosu it was his first kiss. Well, apart from that one time. Ocarine's as bad at lying as ever, and I feel a giggle coming on. I see, so you forgot. That's too bad. Okay. At Ocarine's warning, I hurried to stuff my face with menchikatsu. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Ocarine looking sour as he silently scoops at his curry, and I can't help but wish. If only this relaxed and carefree, happy time would continue forever. If I kept doing time leaps, it could. That's a strong temptation, pulls at my heart. Oh, sorry. But that's no good. Christian told me that repeating the same time over and over is nothing more than escapism. I think she's right. No matter how much it might hurt, we have to move forward. I'm scared of the things that could change, but they need to change. For the rest of the day... No, I don't really feel like any of those right now. That's, Ocarine suddenly asked me straight and I'm lost for words. I immediately try copying Okabe's exaggerated speech. Mwahahaha! It's so you'd cooperate with Mayushi's scheme! Is he suspicious? When I look at Ocarine, he's pointing his index finger up and shaking his head side to side. Hey, I'm trying! Alright, we'll listen to how a true villain laughs. Pretty good laugh, to be fair. It was a pretty good villain laugh. The other customers are startled by Ocarine's sudden laughter. But Ocarine pays no attention to his surroundings and keeps laughing his head off. At a glance, Ocarine is no different from usual. However, it seems like empty cheer, or like he's forcing himself. Ocarine always hides his true feelings with the mad scientist mask. I'm sorry, Ocarine, but please, endure it just a little longer. After filling our bellies at Kitchen Jiro, we take a little walk around Akihabara as usual. After that, we get on the Yamanote line train. Our destination is Ikebukuro. Ah, that was good. It's been a while since I had menchikatsu rice. It was perfect. I always started feeling cheerful when I eat something good. But, Ocarine, was it really okay for you to pay for me? I'm not really providing them. I buy them because I want to eat them. But you use them for your experiments. But they're always jelly or mushy afterwards, so that's no good. You're desecrating them. You should value your food. Those bananas are turning in their graves. 07 to the bananas. Mayushi would prefer to be able to eat them instead. It was supposed to be the usual trivial chat, but Ocarine turns gloomy at my words. The jokey atmosphere had completely disappeared and been replaced by a serious one. Ocarine? Curiosity killed the Mayuri. Ocarine smiles cynically and then looks at me like he's in pain. There's torment in his eyes. Until Christian told me, I had no idea why Ocarine would look at me like this once in a while. But now I know. Ocarine blames himself. Because he changed the world line, Mayushi's supposed to die.
だけどね
But Ocarine, Mayushi really likes the wonder in your eyes when you're working on the phone wave,
電
Chan.
話レンジ
そうだったのか。
Yeah, you get so immersed you even forget to eat or sleep. I can feel your excitement just by watching you.
マユシーはね
I don't really get complicated stuff, but making costumes near you while you work makes it feel like I'm inventing great things with you.
普通にオカリンの
I think your over-the-top curiosity is actually a treasure.
マユリ。
Okarine's pained face softens just a little bit, but just at that moment, the train arrives at Ueno Station and the doors open, flooding the train with a huge number of people. Ah! A big backpack pushes against my back and I'm basically thrown forwards into Okarine's chest.
マユリ、大丈夫か。
I'm fine.
大丈夫
Oh.
あまり大丈夫そうじゃない。小さいとこんな時、いろいろ大変だ。
Small child gets squished.
息は
Somewhat.
なんと
My face is planted in Okarine's belly, and it's hard to breathe. At least it's not Dara. If it was Dara in front of me right now, I would literally be suffocating. Ocarine is trying to shield me from the people around us. Yeah. It's almost like he's embracing me. I'm stuck against Okarine's body as my face gets hot. The train finally starts moving again. Every time the train sways, my face is pressed into Okarine's chest. Well, the tube be like. His scent gives me a sense of relief, but also makes my heart race. I start to panic, since if we're stuck this closely together, Ocarine might feel my heart pounding. Well, at least you can smell him. If you were on the London tube, you would only be able to smell piss and weed. So, you know. Yes, it's better than that.
マユリ、変なのがいたらすぐに言うんだ。
That too. That also would happen on the London Underground. Weird? If they're not pickpocketing you, that is.
マユリはぼーっとしてるから、いかにも自分のターゲットになりやすそうだ。
We just see Daru right behind us. What do you think you're doing, sir?
も
Hey, I'm not absent-minded.
うぼーっとしているよ
I'm actually paying a lot of attention.
意外に
そう、それはどうだろ
You're always so mean, Ocarine.
意地悪ばっか
I puff up my cheeks and rest my head against Okarine's chest.
うな。どうした？
どうもしないよ
Nothing.
そうか。てっきり満腹になった。
That's not it. It's really calming, yet my heart is pounding so hard it feels like it'll turn inside out. I'm thankful for this packed train.
オカリン
Ocarine,
あり
thank
が
you.
とう
何がだ？
うーん
For lots of different things.
変なやつね。
Despite his mocking, he strokes my head.
なんだ？
ううん
No, it's
で
nothing.
もないよ
Stroking my head is like a habit for Ocarine, so it probably doesn't mean anything to him. But it's special to me.
忘れたくないよ
I don't want to forget
オカ
Ocarine.
リン
I tightly grip Okarine's coat. I don't know if he heard me or not, but Ocarine silently continues to hold me close. That's enough to mysteriously calm my unease. It takes a little over 10 more minutes to reach Ikebukuro. The time limit is slowly but surely approaching. When we reach Ikebukuro, we head to Grandma's grave. I thought of all kind of places, but this was the only place that seemed right.
墓参りならこの間したばかりだろ。肝試しでもするつもりか？
ううん
No, I'm not testing my courage.
試さないよ
I'm not scared of ghosts or anything anyway.
って
見た目によらず結構たくましいよな。
I'm still a little scared of bad ghosts. I'd be happy to see Grandma's ghost. That's what I
わ
meant.
けの
そうか。まあそうだよ。
ここは
This is a special place to me,
特別
so
な
I
場
come
所
here
だ
for
から
walks once in a while.
たまに
It's quiet and the view of the stars is pretty.
散歩
It's
し
really
に来るの
calming.
なるほど。ここはさしずめ。
Sanctuary? Well, I guess that's close enough.
まあ
適当に合わせるな。本当はよく分かってないだろう。サンチュは肉を巻く野菜のこと。
えへへへバレちゃった
Oops.
まあいい。 それで
This is Mayushi's spot. You should sit down too, Ocarine.
オカリンも座って
I sit down on the round stone near Grandma's grave, then scoot over a bit to make room for Ocarine to sit. He sits down next to me. I look up at the night sky and I see stars spread out across the whole thing.
ほら
Look, Ocarine. The stars are amazing. Aren't they pretty?
すごいやっぱり
The stars really are the
ここから
prettiest from
見る
here.
星がいい
暗い方が星がよく見えるからな
Yeah, that's not the only reason.
それだけ
It's
じゃな
because
く
this
て
place is a sanctuary for me. I think that makes them seem even prettier.
サンクチュアリなそれはいわゆる脳内補正というやつだな参るよ
Yep. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. The two of us sit side by side, silently staring up at the night sky. All of the early streams, it's just my sleep schedule, honestly. My sleep schedule is poor at the moment. Looking up at the starry sky when it's so quiet makes me feel like I'll be sucked into it. Time slowly passes by in silence.
いつもここに座って
I always sit here. I look up at the sky and think about it, all kinds of things.
一時は毎日来てたな
オカリンも来て
And you would come with me.
参りは俺の人質だからな見張っておく
Here, here. I really owe you for that.
うん
No, it's not just that. You're always helping me so much, Ocarine.
ごめんね
I'm sorry.
なぜ謝る
だって
Because I'm causing trouble for you.
お前一人の面倒を見るくらいどう
オカリン
Ocarine, you've always said that. You've always spoiled Mayushi. But I started thinking that we can't keep that up.
参りどうした今日はなんだか変だ
何も
It's
ない
nothing.
よ
参りは嘘が下手だ
Huh? I don't think I'm as bad as you
じゃ
are.
ないと
な俺が嘘が下
Pretty much, yeah. Yep.
オカリンは
You've only ever told me gentle lies, right? But I could tell.
まゆし
手さあ何のことだ全く思い当たる節などない
Ocarine feigns ignorance with a forced look of confusion, and I can't help but laugh. Sheesh. You've always been so stubborn. You never change.
悪かったなそういう星のもとに生まれたんだから仕方ないだろ
星のせいに
Don't blame it on the stars. Blame it on the boogie. Our conversation pauses and we're surrounded by silence again. I look up at the night sky again and search for the usual star. Among the gently twinkling stars, I quickly find the North Star Polaris, shining especially bright.
見つけた
Found it.
何をだ
おばあちゃんが
The star that Grandma told me
教
about.
えてくれた星
Grandma taught me about the stars. With picture book in hand, she taught about the easiest to find stars when I was a child. Polaris is the first one Mayushi was able to find. I stand up as though drawn toward its radiance. I stretch up, reaching for Polaris. I've always been jealous of that star, never changing, always shining in the same place. I wish Grandma could have stayed with me forever, just like it has.
スターダストシェイクハンドか
Yeah, if only I could grab that star. I feel like I could stay the same forever if I did. If my hand still stretched towards Polaris, I revealed the secret that I hadn't told anyone before.
あの星
ポラリス
Polaris, the star that shines in the same spot forever, never changing.
同じ場
変わらず一歩
Yeah, change can be really scary. After Grandma died, everything in my world changed.
全部が灰色で
Everything turned grey, and I felt
何
nothing.
も感じなく
It was like I was trapped in a giant maze, with no sign of
出
exit.
口の見えない
Looking back and remembering it makes my body tremble.
寂しくて
I was lonely and afraid.
怖くて
I have a hard time continuing. It's like my entire body refuses to let me say anything more. But I wrap my arms around myself to stop my trembling and manage to open my mouth to continue. This is something I need to tell Ocarine, at the very least.
実はね
To be honest, on the day that Grandma died, we had plans to make dango together. She was going to teach me.
けど
But my friends invited me to go to a festival that day, and I decided to go with them.
マユシー
I
は
broke my promise to Grandma.
友達おばあちゃんとは
I figured I could meet Grandma whenever, so I could just visit her tomorrow.
だけど
But that tomorrow never came.
そうだったのか。
Yeah, Grandma, she suddenly got sick. But she lived alone, so nobody noticed that she had collapsed.
もしもあの時
If I kept my promise that day, Grandma might not have died.
きちんと約束を
I regretted it so much.
でも
But I couldn't tell anyone.
マユシーが
I was scared that people would say that I killed Grandma.
そんなわけないだろ。
Oh my god! You killed Grandma! You bastard!
だけど
But I couldn't tell anyone, and I just kept thinking, what if, over and over. That's the only thing that swirled around in my head, and it wouldn't stop.
それ気がついたら
When I realized that the world around me had turned grey.
防衛本能みたいなものだったんだろうな。
Yeah, but you were the one who saved me from the maze, Ocarine.
その
You told me where the exit was.
あの時のマユリはどこか遠くへ行ってしまいそうで。
オカリンの人質
After I became your hostage, colour slowly started coming back into my grey world.
オカリン
Thank you for taking me hostage,
マユシ
Ocarine.
ーをだけど
But you don't have to worry about me
マ
anymore.
ユシーのことは
それはどういう意味だ。
Ocarine sharply glares at me, and I hesitate to keep talking. But I gather up my courage and desperately go on.
マユシーは
I don't want to be a burden on you,
やっ
Ocarine.
ぱりオカリンの
I can't let myself be spoiled by your white lies anymore.
これ以
Things
上
have to change eventually.
ダメだ
That's why
って思うから
マユリ、何を言ってる。
I take a deep breath and calm my heart. If possible, I don't want to say these words, but I have to.
今日をもって
After today, I'm not going to be a hostage anymore.
そんなことは認めん。
Well, I did, motherfucker.
オカリンは
I know that you've suffered so much because of me, Ocarine,
苦しんでき
but I
た
don't want to see you suffer anymore.
マユシーは知ってる
Take the diary and the blue whooper from my bag behind me and hold them out to Ocarine.
これ
I want you to hold on to these in my place.
ウーパと日記帳。
青ウーバーね
This blue whooper is my favorite in my entire whooper collection. It's my treasure.
宝物なら自分で持っておけばいいだろう。
一番大事な
I
も
want
の
you to have it because it's my most cherished
持
thing.
っててほしい
Look, this blue whooper is aqua. It's the same color as my favorite dress.
青ウーバーを見る
I'd be
た
happy
びに
if you thought about me every time you looked at this blue whooper.
思い出して
変なことを言うな。俺がお前を忘れるはずがないだろ。
そんなこと言わない
Don't
で
say that. I want you to take my diary and my blue whooper hostage in my place.
マユシーの日記帳と
Ocarine tries to hand the diary and blue whooper back to me, but I
マユシ
step
ーの
back.
代わりに
With this, there's nothing left. I have no regrets. All I need to do is press the send button on the message I prepared beforehand. My thumb hovers over the send button on my cell phone behind my back. This D-mail is the door to a past where I never became Ocarine's hostage. A message to fulfill the promise I broke with Grandma that day. A message that I'll send to my mum's cell phone in the past.
マユリ、何をするつもりだ。
オカリン
Ocarine, let's meet again
またい
sometime.
つか会おう
I'm sure we will, right?
きっと会えるよね
When Ocarine notices me holding my cell phone behind my back, he grabs onto me.
ディメール、マユリ、やめろ、やめるんだ。
He's really strong. He grips my wrists and tries to get the phone out of my hand. If his he can't be that strong. I mean, he keeps losing in fights to 4 degrees C.
オカリン
Ocarine, I'll see you again,
またね
okay? I try my hardest to smile, but I'm frustrated that no matter how hard I try, it's a crying smile at best. Mayushi
マユシーは
always wanted to be your...
本当は
Right before I'm about to drop the phone, I press the send button. The next moment, everything around me goes quiet. It's so quiet, my ears hurt. Ocarine's saying something, but I can't hear anymore. I don't know what he's saying. It's the same as back when Grandma died. In the span of a moment, the world is painted completely grey. And that's it, that's the end, I imagine. We're in a different world line now. The cemetery is totally silent at night. It's really calming. I don't think it's scary at all. It's the place where my beloved grandma rests, after all. I'd welcome Grandma's ghost any time. The moonlight gently illuminates my surroundings. The moon's so pretty. For a while I'm totally entranced by the moon floating in the night sky. I'm glad it was sunny for your memorial service. Rain seems to follow me everywhere I go. So I was kind of worried. Everyone always asks me not to make it rain, especially Mum. I look down at Grandma's grave and smile. In front of the grave is a bouquet of lilies and some dango that I offered. These two things are absolutely necessary for visiting Grandma's grave. Just then, I suddenly sense someone's presence and look up. I look around. Nobody's here. The same sights are all around me with no changes from before. I feel like someone was here just now. Was it my imagination? Poor fucking Okabe. Like, do you not know about his reading fucking Steiner? You're not gonna fucking... I don't know, you might not even... I mean, you might still be friends, I imagine you'd still be friends, but, you know... You've changed a lot of the past, and he'll be very sad and confused. And he'll also probably just undo your D-mail. I hope you realise that. Like, he won't like this world, so he'll just probably undo the D-mail. It felt like someone was here just now. Was it just my imagination? I look around again. But as I thought, I'm the only person here. Still, I'm sure I felt something nearby a moment ago. I tilt my head, confused. I thought someone would be out here for a test of courage or something. A test of courage. I feel like someone had mentioned a test of courage to me. But that's impossible. How weird. I'm the only person here. Maybe I fell asleep for a moment and that was just a dream. The sort of dream I always get when I start nodding off in class after lunch. Today I was pretty busy with Graham's memorial service after all. Maybe I'm just tired. After the service I said goodbye to my mum and everyone and came here to visit Grandma's grave. I squat down in front of the grave and put my hands together. Grandma, I made your favourite dango this year too. I made it the way you taught me, same as always. The stars in the night sky twinkle, like they're agreeing with what I said. I'm glad we were able to make dango together before you died. Every memorial service I think about how glad I am that I kept my promise to you. One little mistake and I might not have been able to do that. The day before Grandma died, I had plans made to make dango with her. But on that day, my friends invited me to go to the summer festival, so I was thinking about putting my plans with Grandma off for another day. However, Mum told me to keep my promises no matter how small they may seem. I decided not to go to the summer festival and went to visit Grandma's house. I still think it's pretty strange how Mum knew about our plans together. Do you have any idea why, Grandma? That day, Grandma and I made and ate dango together and had a great time, but after a while, she collapsed. I called Mum as fast as I could and Grandma was carried off to the hospital in an ambulance. However, she still passed away in the middle of the night. If I'd broken my promise with Grandma that day, I bet I would have regretted it so much. To tell you the truth, Grandma, once in a while, I have a dream that I broke my promise with you. It's a really scary one. A dream where I'm trapped in a grey world and I can't hear or feel anything. But there's always someone who saves me. Every time I have a nightmare, he appears from somewhere and saves me. I don't think I know him, but I feel like it's not the first time we've met. Maybe it's because he keeps appearing in my dreams. It feels like we met somewhere a long time ago. Yeah, you know, your like childhood friend, who would have been your friend at that time as well. I guess, I don't really know what happened. I guess you just drifted apart because he wasn't caring for you because you weren't depressed. I wonder why. I suddenly feel a tightness in my chest. Huh? Before I know it, a tear falls from my eye. It surprises me. But nothing sad happened. The tears start falling down my cheeks one after another. I don't know why I'm crying, and I have no idea what to do. I feel like I've lost something very dear to me. I have a feeling, but I don't know what it is. Yeah, there's no shot Okabe would want to stay in this reality where fucking you two were never long-term friends. Like, he'd just be sad at that. Kurusu's probably dead as well, or maybe not, but certainly not Okabe's friend. He's not going to have either of that. I don't know what it is. It's very sad and painful. He ain't no fucking Tom Holland Spider-Man. He's not just going to be like, well, it turned out for the best, so I guess I'll just lose my friends. He ain't like that. Except for in the one where him and Ferris got together, but yeah, that's fine. It's very sad and painful. If only Grandma was around for times like this.
おばあちゃん
Grandma, I want to see you again.
会いたいよ
I take Pockety out, put it up to my ear and close my eyes. I remember the way Grandma would always smile when she listened to what I had to say. When I do this, I feel like Grandma's with me. I don't know why, but I start to feel a little less lonely and uneasy. However, the feeling of having a hole in my heart doesn't change. 1 year passed. Exam studies have gotten extra tough since I became a third year. My upcoming summer break will probably be spent mostly in cram school. I've got a mail! Well, I've got to answer my mail. From Kaede. Got one from Fubuki. Oh my god. Oh, Fubuki invited me to May Queen. Oh, what about my outbox? I sent one. Yay, let's go now. Awesome. And then inbox, Kaede. I've got lots of frills. They seem harder to make than usual. Alright, boom. Alright, send. Seems fine enough. Still, I've decided that I'll definitely make time to participate in Summer Komima. I've been steadily making preparations. Winter Komima will be right before exams, so I think going to that might be asking a little too much of myself. So I want to enjoy Summer Komima as much as I can to make up for it. Mayushi, Fubuki-chan and Kaije-chan are planning on going as magical girls from Domodoji this year. Today's a long-needed day off, so I went to visit the maid cafe where Fubuki works part-time. She gave me a small bamboo branch as a present. Working in a maid cafe seems fun. I want to try it sometime. Oh, she never even ended up working at Maid Queen? What the fuck is a Domodoji? I have no idea. I'll definitely become a maid once exams are over. Actually, it's probably in the tips list. There we go. Domodoji. Shorthand for Magical Girl Domodoji. Despite being a Magical Girl anime, its protagonist faces death at every corner, making it a series known for its dark twists and turns. She even has a creepy little mascot character that follows her. There you go. Now you know what that is. I'll definitely become a maid once exams are over. Mayushi's been lucky to enjoy so many fun days like this one. I'm more than blessed with great friends, but still, I wonder why. Once in a while, I feel like something's missing, even though nothing should be missing. Ah, hello! Ah, I've clicked things by accident. What have I done? What have I done? I broke a thing. How do I get rid of it? I've broken my feed. Ah. You got your third stream streak. Congratulations, and it's good to see you again. How are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. I started thinking that I'm just spoiled by luxury, but at the same time I feel like maybe that's not quite it. There's a hole deep in my heart, and it worries me once in a while when it starts hurting. You're good? That's excellent. That's not all. Sometimes I suddenly can't stop crying, or start doing other strange things. Ever since visiting Grandma's grave last year, I have this strange, worrying feeling, like I'm not quite myself. It's a gloomy feeling, like something's different, but I have no idea what. I stop and sigh. No. Today's Tanabata. I won't enjoy it if I feel all gloomy. I need to change my mood. Every year for Tanabata, I look forward to buying small bamboo at the flower shop, hanging cards with wishes written on them, and eating dango while looking at the starry sky. Ah, right. While I'm at it, maybe I should wish for this gloomy feeling to go away. I get happy when I come up with a good idea and look up at the night sky. But the sky is too bright from all the city lights, like there's a thin haze covering the whole thing. I figured this place would be too bright. You can barely see any stars. I was going to head straight home to Kamata, but I get caught up at the station's ticket gate. My pass is gone. That's strange. I'm sure I put it in my bag. Ah. That reminds me, I tripped and fell at the maid cafe I visited today, and everything spilled out of my bag. Maybe I forgot to pick it up. I try sending a message to Fubuki-chan. Last item. But once I do, I realize something. Fubuki would still be on her shift, so she can't check her messages. I have no choice. I have to go back to the cafe. Did I take the wrong street? This isn't a wide street with a maid cafe on it. It's a back alley. What should I do? I keep walking and looking around. But I suddenly stop in front of an old building. Oh shit, it's for rent! Okabe didn't even rent the lab out again? The first floor is a store selling old TVs, while the second floor window has a sign saying room available. This building. What is this? Looking up at it makes me feel really sad for some reason. What did Okabe go off and do? Did he just accept it? I thought he'd just try and build the time machine and the phone wave and be like, no. Wait, up on the roof. Is someone up there? He just lives on the roof? It's too dark to tell for sure, but I feel like I saw someone's silhouette. I'm just seeing things, right? And even if someone was up on the roof, it doesn't have anything to do with me. I mutter to myself as the gloomy feeling inside my chest swells bigger and bigger. He jumps off. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. Why do I feel like this? I can't help but be curious about the shadow I saw on the roof. I try to ignore it and walk past the building, but my feet won't move. The feeling of wanting to check on the identity of the silhouette is too strong. I need to take a look. I slowly walk up the building's old stairs. The staircase is pitch dark without a light to be seen, but I slowly climb up to the roof. The building's rooftop is just as dark and totally silent. Is someone there? I look around and try calling out. However, there's no reply, and no signs of anyone's presence. Was it really just Mayushi's imagination? I tilt my head and look up at the night sky and notice that it's filled with stars. Wow! You can see the stars pretty well in Akiba too. I didn't know. Development around the station is thriving, so it's bright even at night. But there are a lot of old shops around this building, and most of their shutters are closed right now. Old empty buildings normally seem scary to me, but for some reason this place doesn't scare me at all. I wonder why. It feels really nostalgic. This should be my first time here, but I feel like it isn't. No, it's more than that. I feel like I finally returned. I want to see you. I whisper this without realizing it. Who am I whispering to? I don't know. But I feel like there's someone really important to me who I haven't met in a long time. Just like the legend of Tanabata. I wonder if Orihime and Hikaboshi managed to meet. I continue looking up at the night sky and imagine. A couple who can only meet once a year. And if it rains, they can't even do that. They need to wait at least another year. That would be really disappointing. But because of that, when they do manage to meet, I'm sure they're super happy. It's way better than never being able to meet again. I look down at the small bamboo branch in my hand. Maybe I should make a wish. I take a loose leaf piece of paper out of my bag, crease it into a long and thin rectangle, and tear it into a strip by hand. I intend to wish for this gloomy feeling to go away, but I don't think that would be very interesting. I go with a different wish.
会いたいと思い合う人
May
同
those
士
who want to see each other
ち
meet.
ゃんと会えますよ
I write a vague wish onto the paper. I worry that I might be asking the gods for too much as I thread string through the card and tie it to the bamboo branch. I grasp the bamboo branch with the card hanging from it and hold it up to the night sky.
願い事が
May this wish reach the
届き
heavens.
ますように
As usual, I was subconsciously searching for a star. I quickly find it. The one always shining in the same place, Polaris. The first star that Grandma ever taught me about. I gaze up at it and I feel like crying.
おばあちゃん
Grandma, you said before that people who want to see each other will always meet again someday. That it's
いつか
fate.
またマユシーは
I think there's someone that I want to see, but I don't know who.
会いたい人が
If I don't know who it is, and I wish to see them, will
会
we
いた
still
い
meet?
って願っていれば
I stand on tiptoes, praying with all my heart, and extend the bamboo branch towards the North Star.
どうか
May we meet again.
会えますよう
Somehow.
にお願い
Please,
届
hear
い
my
て
wish. I wish as hard as I can. Then,
スターダストシェイクハンドか
oh, he just pops out of nowhere. Why is he just on the roof? There's a voice behind me. The moment I hear that low voice, my whole body trembles and I choke up. That voice is too nostalgic. I want to turn around, but I'm too afraid.
誰
Who are you? I'm still frozen on the spot and tremblingly ask the figure behind me.
It's Jesus.
It's Jesus. I am Lord Jesus.
なんで
Why? Do you know my
マユシー
name?
の名前
俺はお前を知っている
Well, you've done a shit job at searching for me. I mean, come on. You know my house address. You know what school I go to. You know who my friends are, and you know what my hobbies are. And it still took you almost a year to find me? Wow, you did shite. You'd be a terrible stalker. I'm suddenly embraced from behind. A nostalgic scent fills my lungs. This is an impossible situation. Yet mysteriously, my heart is calm. There were tears falling from both of my eyes.
マユシーのこと
You've been looking for me the whole time?
どうして
Why? Who are you?
子供の頃お前は池袋に住んでいた
A little brat. He refers to himself as a little brat. His words bring the past back to me. That's right. After Grandma died, I moved to Kamata, where I live now. Until then, I lived in Ikebukuro. There was a boy a little older than me, who I often played with, I think. He was full of curiosity and always getting into mischief. The grown-ups around town were constantly scolding him. I think his name was...
リンタ君
その呼び方は
It's been a while since anyone called me that. Fuck, I'm getting the voice lines mixed up. Fuck, I'm not voicing Okabe. Rinta-kun. Fuck. I sometimes get confused at who I'm voicing, okay? I usually voice Okabe, it's confusing. His sad voice makes my chest tighten up.
この世界線じゃマイリにとって俺は
He embraces me so strongly I can barely breathe. I can tell that Rinta-kun is trembling just as much as I am.
卒業なんて人質が勝手な真似をこの法院教魔は絶対に認めんぞ
Hostage, Hoin Kiyoma. His exaggerated manner of speech. Everything is so nostalgic. Too nostalgic. It's nostalgic, but I still can't remember. And it breaks my heart. I can't stop crying.
全く手のかかる人質だ
I mean, come on, you knew her. You know her family name. You know so much about her. It really shouldn't have taken you just under 11 months to find her. Like, I'm disappointed in you. Like, you know that she likes Komima and goes to Komima. You could have just gone to Winter Komima and found her. You could have gone to May Queen. You'd have seen Fubuki and been like, "You're one of Mayuri's friends." Like, it's not that difficult. He strokes my head. Having my head stroked like this feels really pleasant.
マユシーを見つけてくれてありがと
Oof, there's no zero. Interesting. So we reached a Steins Gate world line actually. With no first digit. That's usually a Steins Gate world line. So I guess victory kind of. I achieved my goal for him. I achieved Steins Gate by myself. Let's go, Mayuri W. All right, let's have a look. What do we get? What victories have we claimed? Our clear list. Heck yeah, we're getting there. We are getting there. We did it. We've done 9, but I'm assuming there's more. There's gotta be more, because we have not completed the CG library. We got some new ones. Where are Mayuri's ones? None of these ones. These are not Mayuri's ones either. Where are Mayuri's ones? These are Mayuri's ones with the gun and the holding and the hand and Kurisu. And I do like this one. I think this one's quite funny. The face she makes. Well, we've got these blank spots. We gotta fill in these blank spots, which looks like maybe. Well, we've got to think. This one's got 5. Some of them have more. Like Moeka's got quite a few Maracas. So like there could be 2. I think 2 more maybe. How is it usually? We've got 1. See, yes, yeah. So 2, likely 2, maybe 3, but probably just 2. It should have ended with her dying. No, we reached Steins Gate. Victory. She doesn't die in Steins Gate. She does not die in Steins Gate. Mail list. How good we do? Probably did quite shit. 93%. Alright, so we've got that one. That alternative path. Oh, okay, there's not that much effort we have to do. Awesome. I thought we'd have to do quite a bit. But let's see. Is there alternative? There is! New world lines was discovered. Unlocked a final scenario. Oh. Oh, it's another Kiyomo one. So there was no Nai one? Because Nai was in the silhouettes. So I'd have thought we'd have gotten a Nai one. But I guess we didn't. We didn't need a Nai one. But I did think we'd get a Nai one. I am genuinely surprised we didn't get a Nai one. But we have the final one. Oh, 4% divergence. That's a hefty divergence. But that is not for now. For now, we are going to finish off Mayuri's one. I'm gonna get the changes. There is one after. There is one after. We've got one left by the seams of it. I thought there was going to be 2 more. I thought there was going to be a Naya one and 1 more Kiyomo one. Was my guess, but I guess there's just 1 more Kiyomo one. No more Naya one. First one is from. God, I didn't save it. It's from others, and we've got to choose the other 2. Got it. Alright, this is probably it. Since we barely went anywhere to get here. Let's do this one. Which I didn't read, but it's fine. Let's read. What actually was it? Alright, talking about overworking. And then I've got more mail from Kaide. It's really well made. Down to the last little details. Awesome, that looks done to me. So, yeah, we're just missing scenario 2 now. Let's restart and do scenario 2. Quick load. Boom. We'll try again. And then we answer number 2. Number 2 is harmless cosplayers, but you have a great figure. It really fit you well. It was so sexy that even my heart was racing. It's not really a Mayuri-ish message, I don't think, but you know what? It's a possibility. Oh, a secret Naya one? Maybe. I don't think so, but maybe. It'd be cool if there was. She doesn't like being called cool though. Damn, poor Fugu. She doesn't get to wear what she wants. It's a bit mean. Alright, what's the last one we need? So we're at 98% now. It's one from Kiyoma. How much do we get from Kiyoma? Alright, so there's a few regarding Kiyoma. This one's just blank. Oh, it's because I sent it to him. So it's the one we send. Oh, this is to him. So it's just the first one we get from him. And it's about curfews. Well, we'll just sit and relax as we get there. It'd be cool if there was a secret night one, because I feel like it would be interesting to do one from Nai's perspective. Feeding Kurisu chocolates. Okabe's looking worried as usual. But things are wrong. We're talking to him, and then he's sad, and it's like, oh no, and I'm looking for Kurisu. And this is the one from Ocarine. I can't remember which one I meant to choose. The first one. About time for your curfew. Curfew isn't as strict as it was before. I'm not a child. I think that's it, but no, he did respond to me. I seem to recall him going crazy, you being 5 minutes past curfew before. Damn. He's back. I remember that whole thing. We went out to play together. He got really mad. Alright, we're gonna have to read the rest of it in my outbox. It was way too soon to be doing stuff like that. Mayushi didn't really get what he meant by too soon though. Let's see what he says in response. If he does send a response. He probably will, there we go. Is that it? Is that the mail list complete? It might be. Seems like it, but I'll wait for the next one just to be sure. It's from Farish, yeah, it's probably done. Alright, awesome! To the title menu we go. Well, it looks like we've just got one more left to do when we come back. And then we will do our Minecraft stream. But see, it's the album achievement rate. I don't know if that's the CG list or what. We've also got all of these. Still missing some. Don't really know where they come. It's alphabetical. This is like the fastest way to do it. Nyum. We gotta get through them all at some point, or it doesn't count. We gotta zoom. We gotta zoom. Go. Go. Gotta unlock them all. Maybe this will speed up the process of my achievements. We're only on the K's. There's so many. Why are there so many? Tell me why are there so many? Offline meat. I don't even know where I see what I did. Cider, my man. Oh my god, there's so many. Why are there so many? It doesn't make sense. We're only on the V's. Although we are nearly done, I guess. Boom! Victory! Saving data. Does that mean I've now won? Acquire tips. Yeah, we've done much better. Awesome. Much more awesome. Was one furry? Oh yeah, one was definitely furry. I remember it. Still missing 2 soundtracks. The main theme, I would play it, but then I'll get copyright strikes, so it's not. No, Phonogram's fine. But yeah, that's it. I think I'm done for the day. Woo woo! Victory is mine. We'll do the last one next time. Wait, actually, since you brought up furry, let's look up the definition of furry. Should be an F. Furry. People who have affection and love for animal-like characters. There you go. Don't know why some of them have still got exclamation marks on there. Unread. Okay. Well, who knows why? But there we go. We now know what a furry is. Congrats. That's it. I'm done. I'm gonna go have my lunch soon. Goodbye. Let's see if I actually get a reply from James. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. See if I get a reply from James. So if I don't, I'll probably stream later if I don't fall asleep. Goodbye.